Hey. That's him. That's him right there. Ain't talking about me. I'm talking about him. Always first in the building. Mike Rum. Salute. What's going on, Mike Rum? Happy Thursday to you, man. Hope your Thursday is going well for you, man. And hopefully everything is good with you on your end. I just gonna wait for some more people to get up in here. But you know, this Thursday is open topic Thursday, man. It's so much going on and going around, not just in sports, but around the globe. A lot of situations going on. So go get some people in here. Gonna talk about a little bit of this. We're gonna talk about a little bit of that. But we're gonna talk about some topics, man. And I got a few open topics of whatever the people bring to the table is fine with me. But I do have a couple things I do want to speak on. So yeah. But while you here, Mike Ron, we not gonna wait for everybody else, man. I know they watching some other stuff right now. A lot of people doing stuff in the morning. It's all good. But hey, Mike Ron, real quick, have you heard about the latest sad event that's recently took place with conservative political activist. Uh, what's his last name? Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, known to be racist and conservative. Well, he was just shot and speaking at a college in Utah, and they said that he's has perished on from the result of his injuries. A lot of people got into politics, then y'all might have heard of Charlie Clark. But here's the thing, Charlie Clark. Um, they don't have really an idea on the shooter, but what they said, the shooter is one of his own. So, one of his own. They always like to promote black on black crime or whatever. Crime is crime. But you know how they do. They want to promote black on black crime. I don't really hear too much about what happened to Charlie Kirk going around because one of his own did it. But it is what it is. Some people is happy about it because they feel as though he's a piece of ish or whatever. And of course, there's some people that's gonna feel sorrow about it. That's one of the things that's going on right now in the world. And they out on the manhunt. So the manhunt for the shooter is still going on, and we'll see what happens. They catch up with the shooter or not. Man, then besides that, just a whole lot of different things going on. Um, there's a few movies that just came out recently. Um, the Denzel Washington movie, uh, from highest to lowest. I just watched the movie for the first time yesterday. After seeing reviews about it, it was mixed reviews about it. Some people thought the movie wasn't good at all. Definitely a gem. It's definitely a message in the movie. Myself think it was a good movie overall. There may be some scenes where they could have you know been done a little different or a little better or something taken out, something added. And overall, to me, it was a good movie. I think everybody should go check that out because there's a message in it, and we already know that movies, television is an imitation of life. So we'll see what's going on with that part of the reviews. But I did like the movie. I love the message in it. Denzel always doing a awesome job. One of the best actors to ever touch the screen. Denzel Washington. Then it has a few other good actors in that movie just as well. The beautiful Ella Fish Haddish, Haiti. She played along with Forrest Whitaker in the Godfather of Harlem series, and she played Bumpy Johnson's wife. She played an excellent role in there with playing Denzel Washington's wife, and then my guy Jeffrey Wright aka Peoples. That's what I'll call him because the first time I seen Jeffrey Wright in a movie was during the Shaft remake with Samuel L. Jackson, and Jeffrey Wright has went on to play awesome roles. He has played Martin Luther King. He's been in all type of movies. Played all type of saint characters too. He played all sorts of characters from a politician to a ex-convict to a pastor. He did it all, so he's well rounded. I think it was a good movie. But another movie that I did check out that it was getting a whole lot of slack, and that's the War of the Worlds. Ice Cube. And if anybody familiar with War of the World, that movie was made before. So before Ice Cube started in War of the Worlds, that movie was done before. And then if I'm not mistaken, I think that was done the first one, Tom Cruise or somebody. I'm close, but I know it is a remake. But I did check that out for the first time yesterday, and I loved it. Not the gladiators, yeah. Mike Ross. No, not the gladiators. They money grabbing in that way. No, not the gladiators. I think this movie from higher to low is better than the gladiators. This movie he plays a industry mogul who there is someone was trying to hold on, excuse me, excuse me. He played a music mogul, uh, and someone wanted his attention real bad and tried to kidnap his son for some ransom, and it went down. It's a good movie. I don't want to be I don't want to get no I don't want to be a spoiler, but go check it out. And God tried to supposedly try to kidnap the son, but wound up kidnapping the son's friend. He wanted some outstanding money in return. It got crazy, so go check that out. Um, with Denzel Washington from high to low, from highest to lowest. It was a very good movie in my opinion. I look at movies for the knowledge because there's always something in these movies, and sometimes people just look at them for just sheer entertainment and not knowing that there is a message in these movies just as well as in music. So yes, and the War of the Worlds is basically regurgitating um, a story about what can possibly happen, what man has been planning to happen on the planet Earth. And in this movie, like I said, if y'all familiar with the War of the Worlds, no matter if it's the Ice Cube playing the lead role or the original, and I think that was Tom Cruise, but you can go look it up and correct me if it wasn't Tom Cruise. But it tells you about the accomplice. And we already know that, Doomsday, the last day, um, aliens, species is supposed to come take out mankind, destroy the planet, take it back to where it wasn't none of this technology and all these other things. So it's a good movie. Um, if this was to happen, some of us probably won't be around when things with those type of events wind up taking place. Um, just happen to occur. So we should see. But just a couple movies I wanted to shout out there. I like them both. Like I said, I like movies for a message and everything. And both of those movies is pretty good. I was entertained by both of those movies. War Worlds with Ice Cube and from highest to lowest with Denzel Washington. Yeah, 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 man. But hey, Mike Rhyme. But also, let me see. As far as the movies, that's all I really caught up with right now. But hey, I wanna jump into some boxing because like I said, it's going to be open topics. Uh, but I have to raise an argument here. And I'm going to start this campaign somehow because everyone is always talking about who runs boxing. What part of America runs boxing? We've been hearing that. And me honestly, I'm being geographical on it. I gotta be geographical on this because everyone else so far has been geographical. Before I wasn't geographical. But I'ma say it right now. The East Coast runs boxing, okay? Not the Midwest, not the West Coast, none of that. All right. The East Coast run boxing um, from the DMV down to the tri-state area, the Quaker states and all that, So, East Coast boxing, we got the DMV fighters, and then we got the New York, the Jersey and the Philly fighters and stuff like that, DMV fighters. So the East Coast runs boxing, bro. We got Ohio State, they run boxing, but the East Coast runs boxing. And there's a few cities here on the East Coast just doing the damn thing. So I don't know what they talking about with all this other stuff. But I'm letting it be known that the East Coast runs boxing. Tell a friend, go run and tell a friend. The East Coast runs boxing, and then if anybody feel any different about it, that's holler at you, guys. That's how that mean we can talk about it. We can talk about it. But I'm standing on what I'm standing on. And that's just what it is. It's just what it is. So also what's going on is I've been hearing some things about some things that been going around in the entertainment world in the rumor mill. It's a few things. So one rumor is going around, and it's a uplifting rumor, but I'm not quite sure if it's actually stands. But if you love music and you're a fan of hip hop and you a fan of real hip hop, definitely you love hip hop from the golden age era. So 90s on back. There is supposed to be a conglomerate um cats of people that's getting together to put together an album. And just like we had the boxing dream team and the basketball dream team, this is a dream team when it comes to four four of hip hop's top lyricists. We give a damn about record sales and all that. The top lyricists also, guys, these guys made dope records. Shit. This lineup before men is on most people Mount Rushmore. So it's supposed to be, it's rumored that we're going to get a super group that includes Karis One, Rakim, Coogee Rap, and Big Daddy Kane. You can't you can't ask for anything better than that. I'm pretty sure that's probably something, or a collabo, not a super group. That's something that everybody probably thought about in their head. If I could put a super group together, and I love the way that it sounds. So I'm gonna keeping my ears and everything tight, to the pipelines and whatever the case may be. Uh, yeah, and I can't wait to hear this album. This is loaded. I mean, Big Daddy Kane, Coogee Rap, Rakim and Karis One. Like, with that lineup, could something possibly go wrong? Could the album wind up being a letdown? Is that too much at one time? I don't think so. But when you look at it with these four men, heavy, heavy. I mean, legendary. I mean, look at Rakim with he stamped it on for slowing the pace of rappers' flow down. Because, for Rakim, everything was kind of fast. Everything was kind of fast. We know these things. So Rakim is known for slowing down and bringing that monotone style, flow to the hip hop world. Big Daddy Kane, known for being one of the best wordsmith, lyricists, metaphor masters of all time. Swag, that's all around package, Big Daddy Kane. Then we have this guy, the cool genius of rap, Cool G Rap. That's what the G stand for. Cool genius of rap, Cool Rap, who is one of my favorite lyricists of all time. Cool G Rap has influenced a lot of MCs, and there's a lot of Cool G Rap babies out there in hip hop. Nas is from that Cool G Rap, that Nas, a few cats. And then we got Mr. Knowledge Rank Supreme himself, KRS-One. So when you hear these four names, KRS-One, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, and Cool G Rap, it sounds like a tour. But these great lyrical men are actually putting together a album. Now, the only thing that scares me, has me wary about it, is the production. Like, the beats gotta complement these MCs. Whoever's the producer that's gonna be putting the tracks together, man, they better be on the Air Force One game. And I ain't talking about the sneaks. Alright? They better be on the Air Force One game. They better come with some ish, because this is exciting, and no one wants a letdown like that happen between four of hip hop's greatest MCs to ever bless the stage or microphone, which is Kane, G Rap, Rakim, and my man Chris Parker. That's gonna be hot. That's gonna be hot. And also in other news, we had some other hip hop artists who has not been around as long as those gentlemen. But if you're a fan of, the mid '90s, late '90s, up into the 2000s, and shout out to the Locks, probably damn near my favorite, but one of my favorite groups of all time. Dope. But we got the Locks, linking up with State Prop, and there's an album that Jadakiss and Beanie Siegel are doing together. They doing an album together, and Philadelphia Freeway is producing it. So I like to see that, and I like to hear it. Definitely like to hear it. You have some of hip hop game best MCs of their era, and just overall actually come together and try to make something happen. And I think it's good as long as the right chemistry, because some of these cats, you don't want to hear them no more. Some of these cats ain't got it like that anymore. And this is no any pun intended. It's just the facts. Some of them just don't have it like that anymore. And it's good to, I just named 8 men all together. That's really like still tight. Still tight with it, and still sound good. So it's gonna be awesome to check out that project too. And I know that's gonna be hot. So you like that type of hip hop when you have lyricists talking that ish, doing their thing. This is how it's supposed to go down. But I love it. So I'm really excited for both of these projects, and saluting all those men who are linking up to try to do something with hip hop because hip hop is gone, or should I say, the rap industry is just about done. It's been falling apart for quite some time, and you can tell because artists are not making money, because the way you go about purchasing the music now, and they're not making no money off no streaming. That's why you seen Cardi B out there doing it on the dope back side of things, trying to, push her CDs, you know, out of the trunk. 2025, most people gonna laugh at that. They don't even make CDs no more. They don't do this, they don't do that. Well, in this time, you're right. But at one time, CDs, cassette tapes, albums, no matter the 45 or 33s, anthologies and all that, that exists at one time. It did exist at some point. And the beautiful thing, we had our hands, we had it in our possession physically, where we could touch it, where we can read the credits and stuff like that. And then if the photo was hot, sometimes depending on the artist and the album, how it's promoted, they're gonna add a little poster in there with your purchase, and you know how it goes down. But they need to bring that back. I think that's the only way that you can rebuild, in my opinion, the music industry, especially hip hop, because like I said, for me, it's done. It's really done. You know, um, People putting out music by how they purchase it, how they make any money. You know, so that's why they all got to do different things. They got to find other avenues and revenues to generate money because the record sales are not like that at all. Tommy Hill in the building. What's going on, Mr. Chairman, aka Mr. Calm, Cool, and Collective, and will coolly, smoothly get built to that ass. Salute to my guy Thomas Hill. But these are things that need to be talked about, and that's one area where the money making is not there anymore, and the system created it and built it to be that way. So I think they start from scratch. It looks like the music industry is under construction. I think it is. It damn needs to be if it ain't. Cause a lot of things need to be fixed and tightened up and reinforced and all that. Because what's the use of having it in? Well, of course the labels don't give a fuck, but and these artists can't make any money. You know, just like somebody asking you as a fighter to go on a promo tour and do some fights, but you fighting for free. Man, get the fuck up on out of here. You ain't gonna just be punching me in my jaw or me punching somebody else in their jaw for free. Nah. Cash rule everything around me. Cream. You know? Cream get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Yeah. You can let cash rule everything around you, but don't let the cash rule you. The cash can rule everything around you. If you wanted to, that's your choice. But one thing you don't do is let the money rule you. And it's a shame because a lot of people do let money rule them. They do. It's sad. It modifies their attitude, their temperature, and things like that. Man, these are just the facts, my brothers. These are just the facts. Just the facts. In the world right now, it's too much going on. A lot of women are being shot, being under live. It's been happening everywhere, not just in your city, my city, but it's been happening just about everywhere. And it's a lot of things that make me feel a little leery about what I'm seeing and what's going on with the world right now. But it's definitely some things we all need to keep our head on a swivel about. But like I said, these women are getting killed like it ain't nothing. You know, what can we do? What can we do about it? What can we do? But one thing, what is going to happen? I have a football question. See, I told you open topics all over the place. Now, I do know that Shador has got cut, right? So another team hasn't tried to pick him up yet. You know anything about that, Mr. Hill? I know Shador Sanders got cut, but did he get picked up by a team yet? I haven't really heard or seen anything about any other team saying that they was interested. I wish G Free was over here, but last time I seen he was busting it up elsewhere because I'm pretty sure he can give me he'll give me an answer at the best of his knowledge, even if he's not spot on. He's gonna be on point some sort of way. But yeah, man, yeah, eh, we gonna see. Definitely gonna see, and 2 more days away, man. 2 more days away. But yeah, Shador. Hopefully, he winds up getting on somebody's team. I really want to see what the kid is working with. It's an unfortunate situation. It is what it is, and I know the Philadelphia Eagles fans they feeling some type of way about what the rookie did by spitting, and you know Philadelphia has the most disrespectful, most evilest fans in all of America. I don't think it's nobody worse than Philly fans. Philly fans are very complex and hard to please. Trust me, I know hands on for my damn self. But yeah, we got some stories to tell, man. Yeah, buddy. So yeah, Mike Rom. So let me ask you, Mike Rom, uh, fight Monster anyway, and MJ Akmadiev. Who you have winning that fight? You picking you going with NUA or you going with MJ for the upset? Now there's a couple people that's actually picking MJ to win this fight. Not a lot, but a couple. You see Mike Wimby answer yet. Yeah. Tommy Hill, what you think, Tommy Hill? Who you got, my brother? Is this gonna be another regular day in the office for anyway? Or MJ to come in to win and come to make them work? Do. What you think, Tommy? You haven't thought about it yet, but I hope MJ win, man. And my man, cool boy Steph, looking like Adrian Broner with that weight on his face, man. You know, hey, cool boy, if any of your folks in here, I don't mean it in that other way, but they favor, especially since he picked up the weight. I think they favor, man. Yeah, I think they favor. Yup, I do think that they favor, in my honest opinion. Thursday night football too. Mike Monson, I'm going with the monster. He's battle tested. He's shown you what he would do to a boxer who tries to get away. He been getting put on his ass bag lately. Been getting put on his back, but he still gets up and finish the fight and actually comes out on top. And this is no slight to the fighters who had success in putting him down but couldn't keep him down. That's because those guys are not finishers. You know what I mean? He get in there with a guy that's a finisher. It's going to make it so fresh, exciting. Because I really want to see. I really want to see somebody make this dude dead. I mean, I really want to see somebody make this guy really dead. Yeah. But I want Monster to move up, but he's not going to move up. So, we was having a conversation yesterday about daring to be great. And, now these fighters get points for daring to be great. And it's not as many guys that's daring to be great as it appears to be. My honest opinion. But Monster is not daring to be great. And anyway, Monster anyway is not daring to be great. He's not. All this, attention that he's getting and blah blah blah. That dude ain't daring to be great the fuck at all. But if MJ don't get him, a lot of people think Nakatani, they think Junto would be the one who puts it on Monster anyway. Yeah. Also, man, that it's so much going on and going around, and so many things to talk about, but you don't get to cover a lot of things, But it's so much to talk about. But it's football season, I'm waiting to see what's going to be going down. Football season, matter of fact, I'm about to check to see what's the Thursday night matchup is. And see who's playing, and you never know. Might be picking me a winner. Might be picking a winner. Might be picking a winner. A winner, Football season, boxing. Oh shit. Actually, it's fights that come on today. So there's actually some fights going on today. If I'm not mistaken, I think Hackett fights today or tomorrow. I'm not sure. But I know I'm gonna check in a few minutes. I'll check on my other device to find out and let you guys know for sure what's going on if you already don't know. But some people's gonna watch boxing because it's boxing, which I think is cool because there's more than just the familiar guys, the guys who name is under the bright lights. It's a whole lot, and everybody's trying to get paid, and there's questions, all sorts of crazy ass outlandish. I think people are reaching when they ask certain questions and things like that. More charges for the Dittler. They not finished with his ass yet. They ain't done with it yet. Yeah, they not done with it yet. I'll give you guys a quick update on that. So, well, he's getting sentenced next month. So most likely he's going to wind up getting about, because they're going to give him some time served. So He's been down for almost like a year and a half. So, and I know they was pushing for the max, which was 10 years with each charge. So, because of the jury, he got away with just 2 charges, which I think the jury was, it is what it is. I think if that was straight up to the judge, he would have got found guilty on all his damn charges. And because the trial was pushed, there's a lot in the trial that's still sitting. So he does have other cases that he has to face in other states. He has a physical assault case just only a year old with a young lady. So this happened last year. Then a lot of the stuff that they didn't get to use in the trial, some of that stuff they can still use. Then now his name is really starting to come up in the pot murder, and I thought at one time that at some point they would just stop talking about it. This has been going on for years. Some people won't let it go. Some people is continuing to keep it going a lot because really, let's be honest, it hasn't really been any serious disclosure on that case. We still don't have the shooter and blah 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 stuff like that. So he's been implicated in that from when he said back then he was putting out $1 million to keep somebody, because he didn't like somebody. I'm pretty sure y'all know what's going on with that. So now I don't know if it's going to stick, but his name has definitely been finally been implicated in that. And what I'm saying is, if y'all thought they was just done with this man with with this trial, nah, they ain't done with him by a long shot. Yeah, they not done with him by a long shot. And what's going on with Jay-Z and Beyonce is a lot of people not talking about them. Now, they just came back into the country not too long ago because, Beyonce was torn overseas and Jay was with her. So, they normally show up to certain video award shows and things like that. And one video showed that they always be at most of them was the MTV Awards, and they were not there. So people was talking about that, thinking that's kind of strange. Why they haven't shown up, and you don't really see them in public. You don't see them out and about nowhere. You know how you hear about you running into this celebrity, you run into that celebrity, because right now you're bound to run into a celebrity because nobody really has any work going on out there. So you're going to find them. You're going to run into them if you're in the right spot. And most likely you have a lot of them who are on the internet now. So they doing podcasts and things like that. So you will run into them somewhere somehow. But I'm also talking about in person. So you're bound to run into them is what I'm saying. So because there's not much going on in the industry right now, you have a lot of either laid off or really some unemployed talent. Huh? Unemployed talent. So I didn't think I would be saying that about the industry. Oh yeah, that's right. This tonight's matchup is the Commanders versus the Packers. Oh shit, that's right. The Commanders versus the Packers. Woo-wee. I wish my brother D3 was in here because I know how D3 feeling about his Commanders. Shit. I'm pretty sure the Commanders are favored. I'm pretty sure they are favored in this game. Shout out to the Commanders. I got them beating Green Bay. Y'all. Yeah, look how long it took Gary Russell to move up. That is true. That is true. Hopefully, it's another fight lined up. Yeah, hopefully Gary Russell Jr. gets another fight locked up. He needs to be. We need to see a little bit more Gary Russell because I feel as though by him coming back and he's at 135, I think he causes a problem up there. So I think he gets to slow down the progress that guys is trying to make at 135, and why not put him in the mix? Let's see who's the man because we don't know who's the man yet at 135. We don't know. Uh, That's undisputed lightweight champion was Devin Haney, but who's the man? Who's the making freaking man at 135? 135. Uh, got some fair amount of names there, but ain't a lot going on. Ain't a lot going on, So hopefully some of these promoters, one of these promoters, man, get 35 cracking along, and 35 is going to be looking different in the next matter of months anyway. More people is going to be moving out, things like that. So if you're a fighter, you at 135, forget all that nitpicking shit, man. Go after every opportunity and don't turn down an opportunity. I think these fighters need to understand that. Don't turn down no opportunity. Because you never know where that offer or if that offer is going to be there for you again. You don't know. You know what I mean? You don't know if that offer is going to be there for you again. You don't know. That's why you can't turn nothing down. And like I said, you were trying to get paid, trying to be the man, or you trying to be the man. All right. That's it. Up in the shut case. Other than that, they ain't trying to do neither three. What you there for? What are you there for? That's all I'm saying. People, what are you there for? A lot of y'all feel as though a lot of these fighters is wasting your time because you feel as though they're not going through their career the way you want them to go through it. Like I said, I'm going to keep on giving out this reminder. The fighters do not work for us. They don't work for us at all. They don't. So, hey, let them do what they're going to do. Let them do what they're going to do. It's their damn career. We don't get to run it. You either going to rock with them or you're not. It's just that simple. Salute to all the people who watch boxing and they just watch boxing. Meaning they don't have a favorite fighter. They don't want a favorite fighter. They don't care about Pacific weight class. Nothing. They just watch boxing. They don't care. They're gonna pick a winner no matter who the matchup is, and that's it. So salute to them, because being a fan of these fighters also it's a pain in the ass. I'm a pain of the sport. You know what I'm saying? That's how I fell in love with the sport. Despite the first person that I seen fight. The first person I seen fight, I didn't watch boxing for the first time because it was him. Yes, I started watching boxing at a certain age. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's some shit going on. And then there's a whole lot not going on. Like I said, I was talking about 135. Everybody, it seems like everybody else is somewhat at a standstill at 35. I haven't really heard about too many matchups that's coming up. Well, I know Abdullah's fighting this weekend. He's fighting Saturday. But it ain't too many. And what's this I seen? And of course, it's not coming from reliable source, but people like to shoot stuff out there. Just to shoot stuff out there. So I seen something about Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz. Now, last time I remember, Pitbull Cruz is fighting at 140 pounds. The Roach is fighting at 135. Now, what I said what the Roach should do is go back to 130 and handle business down there. Because I don't know how long they're going to keep allowing Lamont Roach to hold on to that belt, and he ain't doing a fucking thing with it. Strip his ass. And then especially if he's talking about, I don't think the man going back down to 130. That's why he needs to let that damn belt go. Unless he trying to hold on to the belt to give him some sort of leverage, but I don't know what sort of leverage he can get. I mean, he ain't a star. He's not a guy that everybody's yelling about seeing. They just want to see the Tank rematch. You see what I'm saying? And after the rematch, they gonna forget about his ass if he fucking lose. You see what I'm saying? So he definitely needs to do something instead of sitting there and sitting around. What he's gonna do next, but I'm pretty sure it's just a rumor. But if so, is Pitbull coming back down to 35 from 40, or is Lamont Roach going up to 140? Or are they doing it at a catch weight? There's some things that put out. So I say that I trust it. I'm just saying, smash the like button as you come in. Smash the like button as you come in. Like, what's going on? Like, this is the reason why I say get rid of some of these damn weight classes. Because it's too many weight classes. It is. It's too many weight classes, man. They need to cut it out. See, with all these weight classes, motherfuckers get the high. It's a high. It's a high tactic. You know what I'm saying? It's a hiding tactic, as far as I'm concerned. Too many damn weight classes. That's why you have guys that have been draining themselves for years and waiting to a decade or more to actually fight at their most natural fucking weight. Meaning that a lot of these guys been purposely draining themselves. But you don't call that being a weight bully? Told you, boxing played too many goddamn games, man. The sport of boxing played too many games, and a lot of y'all falling for the games. A lot of y'all fall for the okie doke. You know what I mean? The okie doke, you just slipped on the egg yolk game. I'm tired of it. They play too many damn games. And that's why we can't get what we really asking for. That's part of the reason. Because they playing too many goddamn games. Sometimes I don't know who to blame. It's more of them or more of the fighter. Or both of the ass. I think it's a combination of both. Except for when it comes to certain, there's only really maybe no more than a handful of fighters I'd say that really wants to fight everyone. So we're going to see. But how many of y'all in here that's a Devin Haney fan, right? How many of y'all in here that's a Devin Haney fan that are any of y'all thinking that Devin Haney is going to lose to Brian Norman Jr.? Or do y'all, you're confident and feel as though that Devin Haney will come out victorious over Brian Norman Jr.? Because there has not been one so far. Well, I'm saying one. There's only been one so far out of all of Devin Haney fans who feel as though that Devin Haney is going to lose to Brian Norman Jr. And when I found out, on top of that, when I found out who it was, I said, I'm not surprised, but I didn't see that coming. You know what I mean? Because everybody got so much confidence in a favorite fighter. There ain't a fighter that they fighter might lose to. I don't work like that. I knew that there was a possibility that Errol Spence Jr. was going to lose to Terrence Crawford. Because in my honest opinion, I felt as though that really no one can beat neither one of these dudes but each other. But it is what it is. That did happen. Now, neither one of these guys has lost since they fought each other. I mean, so it's a lot going on. It's a lot to be answered. A lot of these fighters is going to be tired with a lot of meat left on the bone. A lot of meat left on the bone. So, so salute to my man. Salute to my Doug Whiteside, man. Because Doug Whiteside feels as though that Brian Norman Jr. is going to put belt to Devin Haney's ass. And I was thinking that there was a reverse psychology, trap. But he really means it. He really feels as though that Devin Haney could lose to Brian Norman Jr. Now, Dev is getting credit for not taking the tune up. But other fighters gets criticized for not wanting to take a tune up. Make up your minds. Make up your minds. The double standard is too much. You got to kill the double standard. And the reason why the double standard exists because of what I just said a few minutes ago. See, when you got too much of something, then you have too much unnecessary shit happen. Like I said, they shred that shit down. Take it back to a couple of weight classes, man. I'm sick of this shit. Huh? Run more tournaments in the sport of boxing. The tournaments in professional boxing. They need more of that. A lot of fighters out there are not in no work. And that's why we're always crying about ain't no damn fights. And then we get some. Some we're going to be happy with. Some of we're not going to be happy with. At all. Away from these weight classes. Too many weight classes and too many motherfucking belts. Too many damn belts. Get rid of some of these belts. I've been saying it over the years. I do my cry out about it every once in a while. So here it is this morning. Get rid of some of these damn belts too, along with these weight classes. This is not karate or kung fu. This is boxing, man. How you got more than one champion in each sanctioning body? That's too fucking much. The only time it should be that is when it's champions that's fighting in that sanctioned body, but they're not in the same weight class. You know what I'm saying? Too many. Get rid of some of this bullshit. Regular champ, super champ, all type of dumbass shit. Intern champ, Intercontinental champ, private stock champ, chitlin champ. What the hell? All these damn champions. You can't have multiple belt holders with the same fucking belt. That don't make sense. It should be one damn belt. One. All this a champion belt and all these runner-up belts. How the fuck all these sanctioned bodies got multiple fucking champs with the same belt in the same damn weight class, man? Y'all think that's good for boxing? No, it's effing the sport up. Get rid of it. This would make your boxing life so much better, so much at ease. Seriously, smash the like button. Share this out. They need to get rid of some of this stuff, man. That's why you got people hiding all over the damn place. What weight classes to get rid of? Get rid of these dumbass in-betweens. For instance, boxing should be starting from the minimum weight class. That shit should be starting at 118. All this other shit, 122. You don't need no 122. Get rid of 122 or get rid of 118. It's too many in betweens. 47 to 40. Get rid of one of them bitches. All these dumbass weight classes. Get rid of that shit. That's why we not getting a lot of matches, because you got this guy, that weight class, that guy, that weight class, and then they ain't standing in the weight class long enough for everybody to get it down with the Royal Rumble because somebody's moving up. Get rid of some of that shit, man. Get rid of it. Exactly. Something gotta go. Something gotta go. A couple of them gotta go. Something gotta go, man. Start that shit. We got 122, 135, 147, 140. Oh, fuck 47, something gotta go. These sesame seed ass weight classes. Get rid of some of that mess, man. Since these guys rehydrate so damn much, don't do fight night weigh-ins. That's why you don't need these in betweens, because the way that they blow up. So you need all this. So many weight classes. What is it in? You see, you got 122. You got two weight classes. Why this weight class for you get 30? Two weight classes before you get to 130. 122, 126, 130. What the fuck? Get rid of that shit. The hell? 122, 126, 130. Why is it two weight classes? Why they got two 120 weight classes before you get to 130? You don't need no goddamn two. You don't need no two of these. Get rid of one. Shit. If it's gonna be in the 20s, god damn it, let it be one. Get rid of fucking 26. Go from 122 to 130. Get rid of 126. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of that shit. Exactly. All this bull crap. Get rid of that nonsense. That's why Monster won't move up because there's too many damn weight classes for him to move up in between. Get rid of that shit. You don't need 122 and 126. If you're going to have 122 and 126, then what's the use of having 130? Bingo. '30 and 35 should be combined. Ain't no 130 and then a 135. No. Put all that shit in lightweight. For 135, get rid of the junior shit. Junior lightweight. No, motherfucker. Lightweight. Welterweight. Middleweight. Heavyweight. Fuck all this bullshit. Fucking cruiserweight. Juggernaut weight. Hungry man weight. Get the fuck out of here. Get rid of some of these damn weight classes, bro. Too many. It should at least be a minimum of no less than a 10-round motherfucking gap, 10 pounds gap in between these weight classes. Oh, this is this 4 pounds between 122 and 126. 4 pounds between 126 and 130. It's 5 pounds between 130 and 135. 5 pounds between 135 and 140. 7 pounds between 140 and 147. 7 pounds between 147 and 154, and the shit goes on. It don't make sense. Get rid of some of that shit. And it shouldn't be no such thing as a runner-up belt. One fucking belt, each section of fucking body. Not the regular champ, super champ, none of that shit. Disco night champ, weekend at Bernie's champ. Like, get the fuck out of here. And that's why people be roasting these dudes. They ain't no real belt. Oh, he's on the intern. Oh, he's on the Continental. He's on the national. Yeah, I get that. Because there's too many. And I'm going to say belts don't matter to me. Because they don't. I don't fight for them. They don't share that with us. And they don't fight for. When they fight for those belts, they not fighting for those belts with the fans. This ain't a team sport. I said this a few days ago. This is not a team sport. That shit is for them and them alone. Whether fighters took their belts on tour and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go on a tour so my fans can I can share my belts or my belt with my fans." Dudes fighting. That's it. That's the only time you see them. Come on. Hold on, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Back. I was trying to get somebody to hold me down for a minute, but I'm back. I appreciate y'all patience. I really do appreciate y'all patience. I had a phone call, real quick, man. But where I left off at, like I was saying, man, it's sad to say the least. And this is the reason why we have some things in boxing that really is a pet peeve for all of us. Because, like I said, it's just too many damn weight classes and too many damn straps. Nah, one champion, not the main champion. No. What do you mean, boxing? What are y'all doing? Y'all need to take it back a little bit. Take it back because it's too much going on. It's too much going on. It's really not helping the sport. It's not helping the sport at all. Because that's where you're sending everybody this direction and that direction. Everybody should be going the same direction. Because when you got all these other little things out here, some people would just be content with that. You know what I mean? So it's too much. It's just too much. Boxing needs to change these things. Definitely need to change these things. Too many goddamn champions in the same damn weight class. Yeah? It should only be 4 champions in each weight class. Not 20-something champions. Not 20-something title holders. The hell? 1 each sanctioning body. Not all this other shit. There's only 1 belt. Ain't no make-believe or merit belt. 1 fucking belt. I understand you, boxing fan. He ain't the real champ. You don't have a real belt. I understand that. That's why your ass shouldn't be a fan of these damn belts. You shouldn't. They got to do something different. You know, talk about Turkey and Dana trying to bring something new to the sport. They should have been applying that. Because neither one of them are making the sport better. Neither one of them. What really needs to be done in this sport, for the sport to be better, ain't no throwing out money to make people fucking fight. That's not it. That is not it. That is not the cure of all cures, and everything in boxing it's going to be cured. Look at it. He's throwing all his money out. We still ain't getting fucking fights that we want. Huh? But I know. Now y'all think he's doing better than everybody else. Man, ain't nobody really doing no better than nobody else, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not here for the battle or the damn promoters. I'm here to see the damn fighters. I don't care about the damn promoters. I don't care. Put a damn fight on. 2 guys I'm interested in seeing, or I'm wind up being interested in seeing, and let that shit happen. Because I've seen a lot of good fights go down when ain't a goddamn title on the line. Y'all keep on thinking, oh, this for a title, the fight going to be good. You've seen a lot of title fights be let down. A lot of fights let down, and ass, trash truck juice, beetle juice, and everything else. Y'all want to keep talking about all these damn belts and all this bullshit, and that's the reason why the sport is fucked up. Ain't you still waiting to see a fight that you've been waiting to see for the past 2 goddamn years? 5 years, 7 years? I told y'all, over here, coughing, doing for grown-ups, it's a whole different realm. I talk boxing at the purest form, because this conversation y'all don't bring up. You just want to keep on bringing up the same thing. The usual suspects in a usual fucking shit show circus. I'm the man. I'm going to out-diva him. I'm going to out-diva him. That's all that's going on. A whole bunch of fucking hiding because you got all these belts: the black belt, the green belt, the multicolored belt, the Metallica belt, the Pascal belt. All these goddamn belts, and ain't nobody getting belt the goddamn ass with all these goddamn belts. Where the lashes at? All these damn belts, and ain't nobody putting no lashes on nobody. Ain't no belt the ass like that with all these damn belts, but y'all love belts. I'm a cool out and pass it to Mr. Common Cool Collector. Y'all don't understand me this morning. How you doing, Tommy? I'm talking about the people way in the back, not y'all in the chat.
Hey, no. You cooking, man, because like unfortunately that has been the mode of the conversations lately on these panels and in these chats, man. Honestly, I agree with you. It is way too many belts. I think that not only is it way too many belts, I think it's too many entities that apply for these belts and put on these fights, and it makes it to the point where they try to protect the investment. Back in the days, you didn't have very many of it, and you didn't have very many belts. You really only had two. Before that, it was one, and then there became three. The fourth one actually just like created even more chaos because now everybody can lobby for a specific sanctioning body, so to speak. I think that you know, in the process, like I was saying the other day, man, I think the wave of social media and how people have became stars on social media and how people began to push content, not from just art aspect of doing it, but just in general. Like you got the people who become stars by doing challenges or doing, pranks and things like that. Like we're in a different time frame. And unfortunately, in this time frame, you don't have to be the original article or the genuine McCoy for you to actually blow up. You just got to be something of interest. And people love to follow intrigue, drama, like comedy, like sensuality, like thrillers and things like that. So, I think that we're in a scope where people use these sensations to try to push a product, push a narrative. And I think it takes hold, in fact, in these boxes because they're just a byproduct of whatever is going on. Like, honestly, man, we should be getting better fights. We should be getting more fights. But you know what? It's not beneficial for these people to make certain fights. And sometimes, they don't see the money. And we can see this clearly in Turkey. Like you said, Turkey is supposed to be giving us the fights we want to see. And I've only seen a couple of fights that we want to see. Nobody really wanted to see Bud versus Canelo. Nobody did.
No. Yeah, nobody called for that fight.
Nobody called for that fight. And the only reason why he wanted that fight is because he saw after whatever the fiasco that happened with Spence. I'm still not sold on what all the things that transpired with Spence because that wasn't 100% Spence in the ring. Now I'm not taking away from Bud and what he did, but he's been in the ring since, dog. And I don't know what were the powers that be that led into all of that. I don't know what truly happened, but I know that what I saw wasn't what I've normally seen. And I know a lot of people are going to spin it a certain way because a lot of people really, truly, and this is the coldest part about it, they hate the entity of the PBC, man. And I think a lot of it is backlash towards that. And, Turkey is the anti-PBC. Like he provides a way for people to get money because they were saying the only way that you truly get money is through the BPC. But look, he fought Earl. He saw the money that he has never seen in his life. And he remembers, oh, you know what? They were pushing Earl to get this Canelo fight. I can get this Canelo fight. And if I get this Canelo fight, how much more money can I make? And I think that became the focus. And then that's why they started pushing. And then because Canelo does what Canelo does, it made it inevitable for him to do that. Inevitable, I should say. And I think that, we have a problem because in the process, we're missing out on good fights that could be taking place. Like he could really be fighting Benavidez. He could be fighting any other person, but he's fighting Bud Crawford. And now the narrative has changed to the point where many people saying he about to knock out Canelo. So this is a person who has never touched a canvas once in his career. Not nothing, no shaky stuff where he got knocked down, but they didn't discount it. He's never touched the canvas. Now he's about to get sparked out. And to be honest with you, man, the Canelo that I know and the fights that I've seen, in order for you to win on the cards, you have to definitively, clearly win 9 for a split, 10 for a majority, and 11 of 12 rounds for unanimous. And I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody say. Canelo will not come in that ring underestimating Bud. He has the look of a fighter that beat him before and beat him soundly, and he cannot stand that. So he comes ready. In that Charlo fight, when he thought that Charlo would be the opposition, he came ready. I think he comes ready for this fight, man. So it's going to be tough. And like I've always said, you follow the money. I was just on somebody else's channel, and they were talking about the De La Hoya Pernell Whitaker. By all accounts, Pernell Whitaker won that fight, but the money was not behind Pernell money. Go ahead.
Exactly, Tommy. I was just adding on to what you were saying. You can continue to cook, bro. Exactly. You gotta follow the money, because once again, it's about the damn money, you sad dummies. It's about the money, baby. It's about the money. Go ahead, Tommy.
No, because you're right. And if it's about the money, and it has always been about the money, then you got somebody who has been shelling out some money to some fighters. I don't believe every single fighter has been getting that money, but I think the trademark or the marquee fighters have been. But if we're giving out this money and we're not getting return on investment, we're not truly getting the fighters that we want and the fights that we want to see, people want to see that they're going to tune in, we got to find a way to make this money back. So you mean to tell me you make the money back by going against the money man? Canelo is the reason why people will put in any interest to this fight. It ain't because of Bud. That's just the narrative they're selling to try to push more eyes behind the fight, because I don't think the fight is really doing what they hoped it would do. So they're trying to create the narrative that, oh, shoot, there's something going on with Canelo. Uh-oh, there's something going on with Bud. Bud looking fantastic. I think Bud gonna knock him out. That's just to bring entry so people want to tune in. But the money has and always been behind Canelo. It's been behind Wilder when Wilder was going. It's been behind AJ when AJ was going. It's been behind Tank when Tank was going. Been behind Earl when Earl was going. They made that money because of Earl Spence, not because of Bud. And they used the competition of Bud to try to sell a fight that, hey, yo, this is going to be a great fight. And then we saw what happened. So, like, I don't believe Canelo will be as disoriented in that ring as Earl Spence was. I don't believe that he's going to allow for this opportunity to pass him by where he can't no longer get back in the ring. He has other fights to make. He has other big money fights to be in. And I don't think they devalue it. Now, am I rooting for Bud? Yeah. Am I pulling for Bud? Yeah, but I just can't see, unless he really thoroughly dominates him from 9 to 11 rounds, I don't see him winning no decision. And I definitely don't see him winning by knockout. So, man, you know, I agree with you, though. Like, too many belts, too many people worried about how much money they can make. And I'm not mad at that, because honestly, there are so many times where fighters don't get what they're supposed to get. And Manny Pacquiao is proof positive of that. Manny Pacquiao was in so many blockbuster pay-per-views. This Mickey Freaky's had 40-something coming back out of Congress to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shouldn't be the case. But clearly it's the case when, you know, you're not getting the money that you're bringing to the table. Somebody else is. So that's what I agree everything that you said. And, you know, unfortunately, I'm not one who's going to go back and forth with somebody over some stuff that just don't resonate with what I see and what I know to be true. But I will entertain, you know, talking about it in the chat. I'm just not going to go back and forth with folks. And I'm not going back and forth with this, but you're right about the fact that, you know, we have too many things pulling at the ability to make great fights. They need to go back to the format where, you know, fighters fought one another and and they need to pay these people what they are worth. You know what I'm saying? Because then you will get more interest in actual good fights instead of reasons why fights. It seems like there's more reason why fights should not be made than anything nowadays.
Yeah.
And
I like
that's not the state. That shouldn't be the state of boxing. That's not what it was usually made for. Back then, you fought people. Now, granted, there were some people who weren't allowed to fight because they had a certain look or they had a certain like presence in the ring, and people wanted to protect their investments, so they left them alone because of their look. It was easy. But we're in a time right now where you can be readily invisible as a person of color, and people will get behind you. So fights should be made. So it becomes what is truly the driving point of these fights, and it's always been, and it forever will be, the proliferation of cash flow. And they don't understand that whoever holds the money, whoever is the money, that's where the decisions will go. Unfortunately, that's the case. Hamza Shiraz, he fought, right? And when he fought, he lost the fight. Many people say he lost the fight. However, it was a draw. Why? Because we need the money behind him so we can set up another fight and he can look good. And you know what? We can have the money right back on course. Oscar De La Hoya, he was the money. Pernell Whitaker getting all up in his keister. Not a good look. But you know what? There was a little bit of competition where he could say, you know what? We could give him the fight. I don't see it, but I can see how the money is behind everything because he is the golden boy. He does have the pulse of the not the congregation, but of the people, the boxing fans. He has a look, and he gives you a style that you can get behind. So you give him the victory.
Yep.
Julio Cesar Chavez.
And with that being,
now go ahead. With that being said,
y'all, a lot of these guys, as good as they are, they just don't have that mass appeal. This is just the reality. Everybody that's nice is not going to be like the same way. That's why there's levels of it. That's why some fighters have more fans than others. That's why some fighters make more money than others. Because of that simple fact. Everybody will be mass appeal, baby. And that's just what it is. Guru said it the best. Biggie said it the best. Hey, ain't guarantee everybody's going to like you. And some are being liked more than others. And it's a whole lot of more media activity because the fighter that they feel as though everybody should like that fighter the same way that they like them. But that's not the reality. I got BBO in the building, a.k.a. Brother Sabero. What's up, BBO?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
You know me, man. Doing my OG do.
My nigga Sombrero.
That's my guy,
Hey,
man.
I just want to say,
and
man.
he got his.
Go ahead.
It's Sombrero weekend, man. You know what time it is? Shit, he got his sombrero on now. Hey, you got your shit on now, bro. You got your shit on now. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Hit him with that.
I put it like this: if your boy Tank was fighting, you would have had a fried chicken and watermelon now, wouldn't you, TL?
Fried chicken and watermelon sounds good about right now.
With a couple grape sodas.
And a cup, Kool-Aid. I mess with the Kool-Aid, bro. If I want some soda, I just put a little bit of carbonated water up in that bad boy. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk.
Some big
tonight we got a friend of the show fighting. Jaleel Hackett gonna be fighting on the ring undercard of that.
Yes, he is on tonight.
Shout out to Jaleel, man. Hopefully, he finally get the backing of his promoter. So they're getting tossed under the bus by that Mickey Freaky, man. I couldn't stand that.
Yeah, well, I think him being at 54 is good. I actually got to talk to his father this morning. The closer he get to 160, the better he'll be.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah, I don't like I told his dad, I don't know what he's doing at 54. He's a middleweight. It's just that simple. It is what it is. I mean, it's just like Errol Spence was a middleweight, and Errol Spence wasted his career at 147. He would have been a lot better at 160. Just that simple.
Yeah.
No.
I
Yeah,
agree.
he definitely was fighting
These
underneath his
extreme weight
weight.
cuts, these extreme weight cuts are bad for the sport.
I mean, with regards to Jalil, I believe the last fight that he was in, man, you could see how tough the weight cut was for him, and man, it looked on his face, and him being a young guy, you can get over it for a little while, but you don't want to tap out or tax your body that much, man. So I hope that he gets a couple of fights in, and then he moves up because he's a big boy. He's a really big boy, and on top of that, he's got a lot of promise with him. So
Oh
love
shit,
to
my
see
bad. I
him
gotta
move.
change my avatar. My bad, Crush.
No,
I
y'all
changed my
good,
avatar.
bro.
Yeah, we already know what you about, baby boy. So we ain't even tripping, dog.
No, but Crush the
No
OG, man. I
problem,
don't want
bro.
to have stuff like that up there.
I
But
appreciate it, bro. I ain't no problem with it, but I know what you do.
but I'll say this though,
Yeah, I
man.
got
Go ahead.
no BBO Cook, bro.
No, I was just saying I'm just excited because one thing that Crush has been saying that I really agree with, man, it's good to get the fights. I'm tired of talking about it's good to get the fights. And I think this is going to be a good fight, and win, lose, or draw. I think this is going to be great for both guys. And when Canelo wipe his work boots off on Bud should go back to 54 and raise hell.
Bud
Mhm.
might take this 50 mil. He might take this 50 mil and say, I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
done.
that's what it looked like. It looked like that.
I heard the Mexican Pussycat is going to be in the crowd. I hope he get in the ring after the fight.
And that would be
Yeah.
Benavides. You talking about?
Yeah, the guy
I
that
mean,
got
I'm
Canelo up to
all for that.
75.
I'm all for that. That's the way it used to go down back in the days, man. That's how you signified that the fight you wanted and the fight should be next. And it was a
And,
lot of times
and
they would even sit by ringside and commentate on the fight because
mm-hmm.
that was the fight they were trying to push because they wanted to see that fight.
Yeah, I think Benavidez, I hope
Yep.
he come in with a nice suit and come in there and tell Canelo, let's get it on next.
I hope he come into the place so sober. That's what I really do because the last time he was around there, it was a bad look on him, and I don't want him to have no
Well,
bad look.
he had a bunch of tequilos and tacos, man. He was all right, though.
Yeah, but he's got a very good trajectory, man. I don't want him to mess that up. Because even in spite of Canelo, there's some fights that he can get. And, it's going to be difficult because, like I say, they follow the money and the powers that be. They make fights. It ain't the dang fighters. It's them that be getting the fights or stopping the fights from being made. But hopefully, the trajectory that he's on, man, the fact that Canelo is on his way out, the Mexican people seem to rally behind Benavidez, might be the next person that they endorse.
That's not the case. You got to remember, Dave Benavidez is a black Mexican, so he's not getting that same support. I'm being
So in
real.
other words, he's like BB Yoda.
Hmm?
He's we gonna start calling him sombrero in the ring. Crush, you're gonna have to start calling when you call the fights, you're gonna have to call him sombrero in the ring, dog.
Crush. When I went to the fight in New York, man, I'm telling you, that was every Spanish person stopped me at Miss BBO. Like it was crazy, man. It was crazy.
He was getting love, dog. They recognized the lineage, dog, the
For some
bloodline.
reason, dudes thought I was Spanish. I'm like, no, I'm black.
They was calling you Papi, Hey, Papi.
Well, me and Puerto Rican fight fan Tommy working on our Spanish, man, so we can be better equipped for that.
For sure. For sure. Hey, so the next time we do have the Hackett's on, bro, I think we should delve into a lot of stuff, man. I mean stuff that they can talk about, man. I mean they got an interesting perspective on the fight game, dealing with the way that they have to be conducting their business and who they have to conduct their business with. So, it'd be interesting to get their takes on, the ins and outs of how matches made and what we see out there. That's always an interesting take for somebody on the inside because we on the outside looking in.
Well, Bernard Hackett is like every other dude that comes from the street. He know how to get money legally and illegally. So he got money, so he don't got to really force it, and that's a cool thing to see. You don't got to force it. You know, his son is still staying at home, which is great because I don't believe his son would be making no 54 if he wasn't staying at home. Y'all remember when EJ was making 47 easy? That's back when he was living at home. As soon as he got that condo downtown, he was struggling to make weight. You know, he was drinking and all that.
But like Crush said too, you know, and you said it too. You can only do it for so long, man. Like you remember, I know you seen it too, Crush. I know you definitely seen it. You remember track girls in high school, how they look,
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
as
yeah.
opposed to when their mothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they always
Having a
keep a
few
nice. Exactly, they nice athletically. They're slender, but as they mature, man, they get that woman build where they fill out. And they still in shape, but they
yeah,
just they just they just thick now. And when you a man, dog,
oh yeah.
when you a young boy, you can get away with stuff like that. When you even young man, you can get away with that. But as you start getting into your man, like AKA the man strength that you know your boy Devin was searching for and found, you know, you adding muscle mass to it, and it's hard to cut that. And you go against your body when you try to. And you know, unfortunately, you know, I don't want Hackett to go and fight at weights that are very hard to make. That dude is a
He
big
know
boy.
I'll put it like this. He knows that. Bernard knows that. And I've said it to him, you know, because Bernard's a really good friend of mine. It's no surprise, man. Jalil has no business at 54. It's just that simple. This is not something I haven't said to him in private. This ain't what everybody knows. No 6'1" dude don't need to be at no 54.
Hey,
Doesn't
so
make
man,
doesn't make any sense, bro. It's just like even if the average man is usually gonna be around 160 pounds. So if Shiraz at 6'3", 200 pounds can make 160, you think that wouldn't be a better case for Jalil? Because Jalil probably come in the ring the night of the fight at 180. That's not good.
bro, I was in high school. I graduated 175, dog.
Mm-hmm.
175 in high school. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy to me that some of these cats be like 130 and 140, dog. Like
How
I
tall are
wasn't
you, T?
I'm only 5'10", man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But you got to remember, they get such an advantage from being a bigger guy. We seen Devin tell Loma vocally, "You're too small," because Loma would have stopped anybody else that night. You remember
I
Loma
mean,
almost stopped Tio. Loma almost stopped Tio, but
Yeah,
Devin was too
yeah.
big.
Devin was too big, but on top, man, like I say, we gonna always differ on that fight. I thought Loma did enough to win that fight. I thought
Guess
a
what?
lot
Devin,
of people do.
He might have, but he didn't get the decision.
yeah,
Some people
yeah. I
say
think,
that Sweet Pea did enough to beat
oh,
Oscar.
he
He didn't get the
definitely did.
decision.
He definitely did.
He
He
put
definitely
Oscar
did.
in his
Sweet Pea
pockets.
did way more than
And
enough to beat. Shit. Sweet Pea
and
beat
that's what me
Oscar
and Crook
easy.
was talking about. Go ahead, curse my bad.
Man, Sweet Pea beat Oscar easy, man. Had this dude missing all type of shit. That motherfucker was like 3 trees in one swinging at the goddamn air, man. What? Oh my goodness, man. I was ready to knock somebody upside the head after that fight went off, man. I was so pissed, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and honestly,
Sweet
bro,
Pea.
like the money was behind De La Hoya, so therefore they couldn't allow him to lose that fight. That at the very worst for him, it would have been a draw. And I thought at the very worst for Loma, it would have been a draw, being that was your boy Bob Arum's, meal ticket and favorite fighter. But I mean, shout out to Devin because Devin did give a great fight, man. For him to be supremely depleted, he was fighting when he shouldn't have been fighting at 35. I think he fought 3 fights that he shouldn't have fought at 35, and I think subsequently it messed with his timeline at 40 because he was too big. So hey man, shout out Dev though because he was able to get it done. But because of that, man, I always know that Oh, Jarrell said Dev won clearly more rounds than Loma
No,
than
no,
Tio to me.
that's if you smoking drugs. If you smoking drugs, you think that.
No, no, he's saying as opposed to
To
Tio,
be honest,
Dev clearly won more rounds.
The little man was backing the bigger man up. He was backing his ass up.
Yeah, that's that, and that was wild to see. A lot of people say it was opposite, man, but I know what I saw, and he was backing him up the whole fight, and he had that head just but like a bobble. It was like a bobblehead that you put on them cars. It was just moving back and back, and them braids or dreads or whatever they weren't helping it. But I'll say
Some of his
this.
hair hanging all over the place.
Yeah, I'll say this. Of the three fighters that fought Loma that are common opponents, I felt like the one who really did the best against him was the one who actually lost. I thought Jermaine Ortiz beat Loma and fairly clearly. I thought he won 8 of 12 rounds.
Yeah, I had Jermaine. I scored the 8 for Jermaine.
He did, but you know what I will say though, and it's something that Crush said. I used to think Crush was a crazy man for saying this. You only get credit for what you do in the ring. And guess what?
Yep.
No matter what we think, forever in a day, Devin Haney got a win over Lomachenko. He got a win over Linares. He got a win over Jojo Diaz. I think I put like this. If you think about it, I just hate that Devin and Tank couldn't come together on a fight. That's my only thing. And you know what? It's not. I'm not gonna blame nobody. I just hate that we didn't get that fight because you know what would have been crazy, and people don't know this. What if Tank would have knocked Devin out? That would have been crazy. Can you imagine if he knocked Devin out?
Well, man, I'm gonna say this, and I say this with all assurity, bro. If he can get in the ring with Jake Paul, who's gonna be in that ring about 200 some pounds, ain't nobody too big, bro. Ain't nobody too big. So I'm still hoping that if he does have a passion to fight after this money grab, because it's clearly a money grab, he'll get in the ring with Roach, handle that. Get in the ring with Core, handle that. Dev, handle that. T.O., handle that. And then,
he's not going to fight them guys, bro. I'm going to tell you this right now. He better stay away from Shakur. And the only reason I say stay away from Shakur, because that's a hard fight, bro. That's a hard fight, Crush. That's a hard fight, bro. When I seen that Puerto Rican go into that Philly shell and bang with Willie Zepeda, I said, this nigga's serious. His brother's serious.
Well, he can go into that Philly shell and bang.
Yeah, he can go against no Tank. I like Shakur ain't doing that. He ain't going to stand in no damn phone booth with no punches. Ask De La Santos.
Hey, Crush. Nah. That
he
Philly
was right
shell.
there, Crush. You the OG. He was right there for Zepeda, dog. He was there. Zepeda couldn't say he ran on that fight.
Zepeda can't punch. Can't punch, bro. What the fuck?
He almost knocked Shakur out. He almost. What the baby say? He almost knocked you out.
So just imagine that was somebody else that hit him with a flesh shot like that can punch. See, this is what I'm saying, right? I ain't gonna say he has a chin, and I ain't gonna say he don't have a chin, cause he ain't been fucking hit yet. So I'm not gonna sit around and act like he got a granite motherfucking chin. He ain't really put that thing out there to get tested yet.
No.
But just because you defensive don't mean you got a good ass chin. So I'm gonna say it again. Just because you defensive don't mean you have a good ass chin. And we find out guys got a good ass chin when somebody get past that good ass defense. Oh, you went down that quick? No wonder you was sharp on your defense, son. Protected by Viper.
Hey, Crush,
stand back.
I didn't think he could fight like that. I'll be honest. I didn't know Shakur could do that. So I could be wrong, or maybe I'm just impressed. I didn't know he could do that. I didn't know he could stand in the pocket and throw with niggas like that.
Let him do it against a puncher.
If he can do that, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Listen,
go ahead.
If he can do that against a guy, if he can do that against a guy that his fucking power is threatening, I did show me something because I've seen defensive fighters say, you know what, I ain't like that, but I'm a bang. I've seen guys that can't punch like that do that and be right in front of motherfuckers. I ain't seen him do that yet. I like it, but I gotta see him do that against a puncher. He ain't did that yet in how many fights? And I don't dislike the man, but one thing about Crush, built the ass for every fight. different.
I don't think Willie was a big. I don't think Willie was a big. You might be right about that. I don't think Willie's a big puncher at all.
Hey, Crush.
Big punching.
Hey, Crush. Shout out to the Queen. Queen 71 said, Twink would never fight Devin because it's personal. Do you believe that because things get personal outside the ring, that's a reason why fights should not? See, to me, I feel like, you disrespect me in a way that's personal, then I'm going to make it personal in that ring. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to beat the dog snot out of you. You know what I'm saying? Because we could have gloves on, but I could have gloves off mentality. And I can really lace it to you so that you will understand never to mention me in the same context as you have or as your father has throughout these courses and times where, there has been speculation of fights. Just remember, when he came out that prison, the first people they contacted was Devin Haney. And they said, we respectfully decline. We're going in a different direction.
T Hill, we
What's up, baby
seen
boy?
the video early on where Devin, it was Devin Tank. I think it was Devin and Tank somewhere. I can't remember where. At some convention center or whatever, at some boxing event. And Devin said, "Y'all want us to hate each other, and we not." I'll put it like this: I blame both of them. They shouldn't let the game make them hate each other. This ain't nothing but a game.
Hey, man.
For somebody who played sport at a high level, you let the game make you hate you. King.
Hey, you was a wrestling fan, BVO? Was you a wrestling fan? I know I was.
Yeah, not like real wrestling.
Yeah. The real wrestling, WWF, NWA. Back in the days, was you a wrestling fan?
Yeah.
They had characters, man, that made you. They call them heels, bro. They would make people be people that they didn't like because they could sell a match, they could sell a bout or sell a persona. Yeah. I believe they be told to do these certain things because they feel like it will sell the fight. And let's be honest, man, in order for them to get the money that they're trying to get, they got to have the intrigue behind it. So I think a lot of that stuff be staged. So you could be right about that. But at the same time, you got people who ain't getting in the ring talking about folk. That's a whole different thing. And see, for me, you just can't be talking about my peoples like that and you ain't getting in the ring, but your son is. Okay, well, since you can't get in the ring, he can. We got to get that on. And then we're going to see how, somebody who come from meager accommodations handle somebody that come from far better accommodations in the ring. See if it transpires like that on camera. And that's just me. And beside that, man, the one thing that I hold, and I've always told you and everybody else, I hold Tank to his word because out of all of his contemporaries, he's been the one who's stayed true to his word most. There's sometimes he says some stuff that I know he don't believe. I know he don't believe that your boy Shakur ain't done nothing. He already said out of his mouth that he's one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. So I know he believes that. It's just that, he's a dude that's based on loyalty. And like when we was young, I was looking out for you. And you go out there and you do that, man. If you want to fight, it's a better way of doing it, man. We don't have to do where you just throw him a name under there like that. And I think that's what, he real sensitive about stuff that go against loyalty. And, he say and do some foul stuff in response to it. But that's just,
Shakur is not with Floyd because of Tank. That's crazy when I think about that.
But look at the people who have been, and I'm not about to dump on Floyd because Floyd definitely was big time for Gervonta, but he's had a lot of talent in his staple. But don't nobody shine. You know who shines in Floyd's staple? A nigga doing exhibitions. He's the one who shines, just like Trush said. He ain't got the time, and the people that he put on these other folks when he's not the one that's handling it. They don't care about these people neither, man. And that's what Richardson Hitchens spoke of. That's what Badu Jack spoke of. The one brother that named himself Cash Flow, he spoke about that. They all elsewhere. Like, so he was looking out for Shakur, bro. He was looking out for Shakur. Because you know the
I
one
don't
thing.
think he was, man. I don't think he was.
You don't think
Shakur
so?
would be so much bigger. He would be so much bigger under Floyd.
Well, you know what? There's still opportunity. He still got a lot of time with him, and Floyd is available. Floyd was actively recruiting him. He chose Eddie. Why?
Them dudes is them. One thing for sure, them dudes run out of time. They fight once a year.
Well, I think they run out of time for their star power, but I don't think that fighting once a year is taking a toll on their body because they're
No,
not
I'm
going
talking
through.
about it's taking a toll on their age. Like you realize Jamel Charlo missed 2 years. He left the ring at 31. He coming back at 32. He left the ring at 32. Coming back at 35. That's a lot of time away from the sport. I'm saying they spend so much time away from the sport. People don't realize this. Salvador Sanchez died young, but he had 44 fights. How many of these guys got 40 fights now?
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
But
These dudes ain't got no fights. And as much as I get on Crush about saying it, it's true to an extent. Some of these dudes ain't really did nothing yet.
Nah,
they really just getting started.
Ain't none of them do nothing.
Crush don't be lying, man. He be telling the truth as it is. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, I'm not saying Crush is lying. I think
No. I know.
Tough. I think he being
I know what you mean.
For no reason.
My bad. I didn't mean to say it like you was lying or saying he was lying. What I'm saying is like more times than not, Crush be addressing the masses because this is how the masses talk, and they don't understand things. See, the thing is, inflation of dollar, and now how much you can command in a fight. Before then, you made enough to feed your family for a good time, but you needed to go out there and do it again because even though you're not making the money that you should be making, you're definitely making more than punching the clock. So we got to get these fights in because I got to take care of my family. On top of that, some of them just love the fact that they up in there and they doing their dang thing. But nowadays, you can get a fight and like case in point, Devin get $3 million. $3 million is a lot of money, bro. Even in today's time, it's still a lot of money. You can do a lot more with 1,000 than you can do with 3,000. I mean, 3 million than you can with 3,000 or 30,000 or 300,000. So you got fighters that ain't making that. These fighters are the active fighters. Boots got 30-something fights, 40-something fights almost, because he had to. He wasn't getting the bread that they was getting. But when he gets that bread, now it becomes we gonna fight money fights. Because
but the thing is these dudes be 30-something fights in and really haven't beat anybody. No matter how you slice it, I'm gonna just be real. This might sound corny. I'm gonna always give Tank credit. He knocked out 2 of the welterweight champions. I gotta give him credit for that. He knocked out Broly.
Honestly,
he knocked out Barrios. No, he knocked them niggas out. It wasn't like those wasn't no TKOs. Them niggas was laying lifeless on the canvas. That's a big deal.
He's stupid, man.
I'm just being real.
Hey.
You see how Rolly looked when they carried him out the damn arena? He looked fucked up.
But that's what Crush been saying. He said what?
Rolly looked like he had a perk 30, man. He looked like he popped the perk 30.
Hey, true indeed, man. And shout out to both them people because they've done big things. Now I ain't gonna lie, that damn fight with Pacquiao was some nonsense, dog. He was over there kissing the ring. He was kissing the ring for somebody that he respected, dog. And I'm sorry, you don't get in there and respect nobody in that ring until after the fight, the bell rings and the fight is over. But other than that, man, Crush been always saying we say people ain't fighting no fights because we don't see them against the fighters that we want to see. The cold part about it is if he gets in the ring with them and he sparks them, guess what they're going to say of them? Well, they really was overrated or he waited them out. And the coldest thing is he will be older than them and they will still say that, bro. It don't matter what Tank do because he got the stigma of the PBC and Floyd Mayweather behind him. And as long as that's with him, he's going to always catch flack. There's no reason why they be talking reckless about PBC fighters that they don't be talking reckless about other fighters when they're doing similar things. Who is Shakur fighting that you want to see? Granted, he did fight the Zepeda fight, and that was a great fight. But if Tank would have fought him, guess what they would have said of it? Because he would have sparked him, and they would have said, you know what? He was a slow, flat-footed Mexican fighter. You want to know why? Because in the fight, his grandfather said, boy, this dude can't touch you. He's too slow of foot. He's too slow of hand. And he's on his front foot. And guess what? He's Mexican. So guess what he basically said? He was slow, flat-footed Mexican fighter. And that's what it would have been if Tank would have fought him. It wouldn't have been, no, he's unanimously number one in every single sanctioning body. It'd have been, nah, he ain't fighting them. They're not fighting one another either. None of them are. I mean, my man just danced around the ring with Ramirez. But he's fighting, Brian Norman Jr., and therefore that makes that all forgiven. So all we gotta do is to see the fights, bro. And I think that the reason why
when he beat Brian Norman, I guarantee you it's gonna be somebody that said that wasn't shit. I guarantee you.
Right.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up.
Because I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna be honest with you. B. Norman Sr. is my guy. That's an easy fight. That's easy money for Devin. Devin should go in there and beat the shit out of Brian Norman.
It ain't easy money if his head ain't right.
I'm gonna be real. You don't never see no Mexican style beat no slick black fighter. It just don't happen.
Man,
only one ever did it was Oscar, and he kind of stole one.
Julio Cesar Chavez beat the brakes off of Roger Mayweather, bro. Stop, bro.
Roger Mayweather. I wouldn't put Roger Mayweather in that class, man.
You wouldn't? Roger Mayweather was bad, dog.
No, I'm talking about at the top. I wouldn't put him at the top level. He was good, but I wouldn't put him at the top.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But he was a champion, though, so he had to be somewhat good. But like I said, none of these people.
Man, Prince Charles Martin won a championship, and that's my guy from a nigga blowing his knee out in the ring. Being a champion, it's really all about how it's done. I'm just be real, man. It's about how it's done. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not trying to take away from nobody. T, believe me, I love boxing, man. So
no, but that's what people do.
Well,
that's what people do. People minimize stuff when they don't rock with the people. Like I said, by all intents and purpose, that fight with Shakur and Zepeda was a great fight. And the fight in which Shakur showed, hey, I got a different dimension to me. Y'all said I couldn't do this, but this was it. And then, like, after the fight, people gonna dog it because you know what? It gave a look that they wasn't expecting or they didn't hope for. So they wanted to see the brother lose, and he didn't lose. He actually dominated the fight. It was a good fight. It was a good fight, man. Shout out to Zepeda because he did much better than I thought. I thought he was gonna get stopped, but it was a good fight.
I'm gonna be honest. It showed me that Shakur, and maybe I'm gonna give some love to what Crush is saying. If Shakur can fight like that against Tank, he's the best in the world, hands down. If he can fight in front of niggas and take their best shot and give them the business like he did. I'm gonna put it like this. That reminded me of some Bernard Hopkins stuff, where Bernard was not the most physically gifted. He was not the biggest puncher, but Bernard knew how to use your best attribute and take it from you. And that's exactly what he did to Trinidad. And that's what
Shakur is known for. So why would Shakur fight a fight that's not conducive for him to get the better of his opponent? He's usually doing things to get the better of his opponent. I don't want to see that fight from him. I want to see Shakur at his best doing what he do. I want to see Tank at his best doing what he do. And I want to see how the styles clash and what we get. And I don't want to take away from where Crush was about to cook, because he was about to cook on the fact that you said, Devin Haney. What if Devin Haney goes in there and beats Brian Norman Jr.? So what was you about to say on that? Because that was a great point that you brought up, BBO.
Oh, he gonna fuck him up. I'm just telling y'all right now, he gonna fuck him up. That's easy money. What Floyd said, easy work.
I don't think it's easy work.
Easy money. What's good?
What's up, Just Dude? That's my guy right there.
Just let me ask you this, man.
T-Hell, BVO. What's good, bro?
And I'm gonna keep it real, Just. I'm gonna keep it real, cause just people don't know this. There wouldn't be no BVO boxing if my man Just ain't let me rock. I'm gonna tell you like this: it's hard for a Mexican to beat a slick black nigga. And you telling me Brian Norman Jr., who's my
Mexican.
guy, for a Mexican style to beat the slick black fighter?
You really think he got a Mexican style, bro?
When I say Mexican style, what I'm saying, if you watch Brian Norman, he's coming forward, and the last couple guys he fought came to him. Devin's not coming to him. So that's gonna be a tough fight because you got a guy who's gonna try to stay away from you. Because we seen the Chinaman walk right to him, and that's why he got his head knocked off. You don't walk to no big ass puncher like that. What are you doing? You get away from that nigga. He walked right to him. And my favorite part was when the dude hit his head. Man, he hit his head so hard on that ring. I was like, whoa. Same thing with what's his name? Centillion? Same thing. You cannot walk to no big puncher like that.
Right.
And that's what I mean when I say this should be easy work. This should be easy work for Devin, man. Easy work.
No. Shit, I don't think so. Look, I get it. People feel like, Devin more polished boxer, and that's cool because he's shown it. But he still gotta just keep in mind he got them questions that's lingering, right? And he's gonna have to answer them come November 22nd. If you was telling me like if he beat Ramirez the way he typically fight, taking chances, standing in there a bit more, standing his ground, like boxing and moving, like executing a game plan and not looking unsettled. Right, I've never seen him look unsettled for a full 12 rounds in my life, and that's what it was with Ramirez. Like if he come out there and do that with Norman, maybe you could pull off a win, but I don't know what that's going to do to your stock. So he in between a rock and a hard place because I don't think he can afford to come out there and like fight a fight where people quote unquote say you ran. You're gonna have to be more of Devin. Like if you told me he was 100% back since the Ryan Garcia cheating situation, right? I think this would be a 50-50 fight. But being that I got to see that fight, and that was unfortunate. Then he bounced back with Ramirez. He got 2 fights where he kind of, I thought he did well against Ryan. He just got caught up. But you fight Ramirez, and you look very unsettled. You left a lot of meat on the bone. So I hope, some of that was him just trying to get back to the next bag. And I hope he 100% of himself. If so, then it's a 50-50 fight. But without it, for me, I think I see it 60-40 for Norman. And I think those opportunities it'll be opportunities for Norman when Devin take chances because he's going to have to. I don't think Brian Norman got slow feet. I don't think he a bad boxer or none of that. I just think just haven't seen him in there with somebody that can box the way people feel like Devin can at the level, right? But we're going to get all them questions answered on fight night. But I just think this is a dangerous fight for, Devin. I don't think it's an easy one either. I respect him for taking it. But, man, I think it could get ugly, man. I got a little inside information so inside that I can't even say it online. So with me knowing that, I'm going to be looking for some stuff. So let's see. Let's see it, man. But I don't think it's an easy fight for either guy. But he get caught by that left hook that Norman has, it's going to be a whole different ball game. And he ain't even left-handed. That's the crazy part.
Talk about it, dude.
He got to use his jab. If he comes out there, my bad, I'm being long-winded. If he don't use that jab,
no, you got it.
That's not gonna be. It's not gonna be a good sign, fellas. Like he needs that. Think about his career. That jab is start off 90+% of his offense. So without it, there's gaps and holes in the offense. That's what you've seen with Ramirez. But it's like take more chances. You risk, you take some risks. It'll come with some reward. But let's see.
Hey, I don't think nothing is wrong.
CDK, my man, what's good with you?
CDK, what's up? I don't think nothing you said is wrong. I'll just say this. When it comes to what I've seen with Brian Norman for watching him, and like I said, his dad's my man. what I've seen from watching when it came to Randall and when it came to the guy Buka Chica, guys that can box can give him trouble. So all Devin got to do is make sure, hey, you're not going to touch me with that left hand. Make up in his mind, like we seen what Bernard do versus Felix Trinidad. You're not going to touch me with that hand. And if he's not touched with them power shots, I'm telling you, it should be easy money, because at the end of the day, we seen Devin getting beat up by a roided up Ryan, and he almost won that fight, fighting his fight. And I think these guys got to stop listening to pundits like us and go in there and box your ass off and come out there as a 3-time champion. And I'm not a Devin fan. I'm just saying, if he don't win, I'll be supremely surprised.
CDK, what you got, bro?
Go ahead.
What's good with y'all? What's good? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, you
Okay, I don't want to make sure I'm good. All right, that's all I wanted to know. I feel like BVO. I agree with BVO. I think it's gonna be a very hard fight for Junior. Simply when we seen him fight against two fighters that can move, he didn't look as good as he normally looked. A lot of times, what people don't understand is these promoters, man, and matchmakers, they put you in there with people that kind of, is good for your style. I don't think Devin is good for his style. I think that Brian Norman Jr. is used to people coming forward, being in front of him, and he's able to get him out of there. Man, Devin's not gonna be there to be hit like that. I don't think he makes that same mistake that he made against Ryan Garcia. I think from now on, you're gonna see Devin boxing and moving around. Some people gonna call it running. I like Devin Haney, just to keep it real. But I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think if Brian Norman's not Junior's not able to get him out of there, I think Devin wins this fight comfortably.
Yeah, I hear what both of you guys say. I also hear what Just say, man. I mean, to me, the thing about Norman is that he's getting better. Like, the only other fighter I see trajecting that way is Benavidez, which every fight he adds a different dimension to his game. Also with Just, I agree the fact that he has power in both hands, and that's problematic for a fighter that does have tails. Now, I like Dev. I like his ability to navigate the ring when he's confident. See, my only draw in this fight is the fact that he didn't look right in the ring against Ramirez. Ramirez was there for the taking, and he could have put them dogs on him if he would have truly trusted in his ability. But it looked like he still got fogged from that damn Ryan fight, and he didn't want to commit. You gotta commit in this fight, bro. Like, you ain't gotta go to him, but you gotta bring him to you so that you can take advantage of it. And like I say, Brian Norman, I don't know about flat-footed Mexican style, man. I think that he's not like really, really fluid, but he definitely got good movement. And on top of that, he's starting to set his punches up better. So, if Devin ain't in the right space of mind to me, I think it becomes a much more difficult fight for him. And all he needs to do is make one mistake. Cause like you said, man, if he can't work off that jab, then, he gets a little frustrated. And I think that more so than anything in that Ryan fight, that's what stemmed the tide. Once Ryan was able to time that jab, he had to book everything and just start throwing punches. You just can't start throwing punches with Norman, because Norman gonna spark you.
Right. Crazy.
So I think it's a great fight.
Got the slight reach advantage too.
Hey, Just, if I learned anything from you, man, back when I was on your show, bro, you can't always go off what you think could happen, because one thing that always happens is something called game plan. And with Ben Davidson helping him, I'm telling you, man, people don't realize this because we hear so much stuff from Bill, but Devin is probably Devin is the reason we have the so-called 4 Kings with these young guys. He really is just doing a lot of what we thought he would do, because this is the same kid that we seen carrying the Ring magazine with. This is Jab Judah's nephew. This is supposed to be the golden boy, supposedly. And the skill I've seen with him, fighting Loma to a close fight, Linares adding buzz. It's like every fight you see him in, he getting a little bit better. And for some reason, people don't realize, usually when you get your ass kicked, you get better. As soon as you get your ass kicked, that's when you come back and really show what you can do. People say Ali was great, but when Joe Frazier kicked his ass, he was on another level after that. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. Some guys learn from those mistakes, from losing. And losing, it shouldn't be a bad thing. I think more guys should lose, get it out the way. I feel like Rolly's a much better fighter since he be getting his ass kicked. He got his ass kicked by Pitbull Cruz, cool. Got his ass kicked by Tank, what'd he do? He come back and spark Ryan out. That's the power of getting your ass kicked. I'm telling you, that's what's missing in boxing. Dudes getting their ass kicked early on so they can figure out what they did wrong. That's kind of how I look at it.
No, I get that. That's an interesting take, but definitely get it.
Yeah, I get it too, and I do agree with some of it, but when it comes to Rolly, he's garbage. I'm sorry. Rolly's
You don't
garbage.
think that he was able to take to the lesson plan? I mean, I think that
No, I don't think he was. I don't think he was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna tell you that lie. Ryan Garcia looked terrible, and Rolly was able to capitalize off of that. It wasn't you put Rolly in there with anybody else is on their game. I don't care who it is. Rolly gets beat up. I'm just telling
so
you what.
CDK, you don't think that Salas did a good job of implementing a plan that would take away what Ryan does? Well, I agree with you.
All he
Ryan
did,
didn't look good in the
well,
fight.
let me ask you a
But
question. Didn't Ryan flat footed? He looked I mean, I don't know how long Ryan's been juiced. That's what people fail to realize. People keep saying, you know what I'm saying, Rolly looked great, but let's keep it real. Ryan was with a team that's known for juicing. I'm just telling the truth. I don't know. And I just think Ryan looked normal because he wasn't able to do what he been doing. And we seen what he really looked like. I think that's all. I'll just wait till Rolly get his next fight and get it up with somebody that actually can box or do whatever they do. We'll see the same Rolly Romero. He'll be the same guy. I promise.
oh, fair enough. I think that another key factor in the fight is that Norman is hungry, and he understands that opportunities don't come around like that. So Dev got to be. I just think Dev got to be right in his mind. If Dev is right in his mind, then I would favor Dev slightly over Norman. But if he ain't right, man, it could get ugly for Dev real quick.
You know what's
I agree with that.
you know what one of the most alarming I think aspects of Devin coming back. What was he known for before the Ryan fight? Like overall, knowing how to go out there and box his ass off and stick to a game plan. They remember they worked with Mosley for this camp, and he came out and Mosley said he ain't do none of the stuff that they worked on. That to me is a little red flagish because that's what makes Devin, I think, who he is. His willingness and ability to stick to a game plan and execute it, right? To not do none of the stuff that you was training and working on, it tells me you were unsettled. Like you just won that fight on the fly. You just a much better athlete and boxer than Jose Ramirez. But I don't think that applies with Norman. I think he's just as younger than you. I think he's very athletic. And I think his feet are a little underrated. We're going to see, though. I think so. So hit them physical advantages kind of, fall by the wayside in this fight. You might have an inch or so over him in height, but, height don't fight. So it's going to be interesting to see when he decided to take chances and if he used his jab this fight. If he's using that laser of a jab, because, look, Ryan was able to time it, but nobody else was. And when that jab is on point, he get that straight right hand in there, start working the body. Then he know how to get out, make you, you know what I'm saying? Like use the feet intelligently, not just move, 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 move. So I'm rooting for him to be 100% because I want to see the best fight possible. And I still support the kid win, lose, or draw. So I rock with that, man. I just want to see him bounce back.
Yeah, no,
That
that's a
shit was
solid
tough.
take. That's a solid take. But Crush, you said you was about to cook on that. Crush, you still there? Well, just I'm gonna piggyback over what you said, man. I definitely, like I said, I don't believe he has bad feet. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe Norman has bad feet. I think that his movements are a little rigid, but he still moves very well in that. The thing to me that stands out about him, like I said, is that the fact that he gets better and he adds to his bag each and every fight. And as you said, the best thing that we know Devin for is using that jab and working off of that jab. I think in order for Devin to win, he, like you said, he's got to go back to that ironclad discipline and the ability to carry out the game plan. He abandoned that in his last fight, and to a certain degree, he abandoned it in the Devin fight, and there was no
See?
contingency.
Hmm. 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 You see, you got some math there. It ain't just one time. It happened, and it's back to back. You fought in a way that you shouldn't against. You get what I'm saying, Ryan? Cool. Granted, you just got caught up. But then because of that, I think you come back and now you were a little timid. You know what I mean? You didn't really trust yourself to get hit. And shout out to Ant McQueen, the professor, threw something out there that I thought was interesting. He was saying maybe he do need to just get hit again so he can see that, yo, I could take this shot and I'm good. You get me? Because that's what it looked like he just was, he wanted to make sure that didn't happen against Ramirez. And I understand it, but have you seen anybody box a whole fight without getting hit? Get what I'm saying?
No,
You're gonna get
no.
hit. You're gonna have to take chances, and that's gonna
Yeah.
present opportunities, I believe, for Norman. So he has to be more confident in his approach. You get what I'm saying? And really execute whatever game plan y'all worked on. Cause I don't think you can, like say for instance, like what you did, work on something in the gym and then you get in the ring and then you fight. I think that'd be all bad. So you got to be very intentional against Brian Norman, I believe, because he's very athletic as well. That's something that Ramirez was not. You've seen him; he was like a step and a half, maybe 2 steps behind at certain points, right? It's not going to be the case for Norman. And if we being honest, he did close the gap and cut the ring off at certain points. He just did nothing when he got there. He just wasn't pulling the trigger. He was allowing Devin to exit again and get away. So he got close to him, throughout that fight, but he just never pulled the trigger. And that's the signs of a faded fighter, almost nearly shot. Just won't pull the
Yeah, for
trigger.
sure, for sure. Absolutely right about
I
that.
agree. I agree.
But I mean, but
But you
I
good.
want to. No, I just wanted to say that I believe that Devin definitely, if he comes together with his mind right, this is a great fight. It's a
Mm-hmm.
great style contrast.
Yeah, absolutely. Just rooting for a great fight, man. I always been rooting for the youngin because I feel like, somewhere along the lines, people just be getting too overly emotional and wrapped up in these fighters and how they move, and to the point we forget why we support them. You know what I'm saying? Like little shit, like we let tweets have too much of an impact on how we view these guys when we don't watch these guys because they great motivational speakers, or you know what I'm saying? They dropping gems. Nah, we watch them because we know they can kick some ass. And I feel like as long as you're doing
Yep.
that and your approach to the game is authentic and genuine, I can support you. These young men, like they're not gonna be perfect. You get what I'm saying? And the way he got like people turned on him for getting cheated was crazy. And it's like I get it, the lawsuit, but yeah, use your brain. That stuff was about money. Stuff was about money. Feeling like your money was messed up after people seeing you get knocked all over the ring by this kid. Now you have a fight where people don't even want to bid on it. All types of, like, you get what I'm saying? People making it seem like it was about just losing or getting beat up. Nah, it was about getting cheated and feeling like your bag is affected. And then at the end of the day, that shit got dropped. So nobody got sued. So you get what I'm saying? It's just like people turned on him. So I root for the kid. Be rooting for these dudes for real. It don't be that deep for me. Like boxing need a lot more support than these critics, man. Like the way we go in, like think about the mistakes we made at 26. So these dudes be young, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping over no Twitter posts, man. How do you approach the game of boxing from fight to fight? And, I ain't going not for nothing. Devin showed that he wanted smoke. Like he got the Brian Norman after Tiafimo leaving that fight on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like it was people that he was willing to fight. So I don't know. I think he deserved to be at the top of his game. I hope. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna need it, yeah. Norman Jr. ain't easy for nobody. And he got a hell of a jab, knocking people down with the jab and shit. That's a dangerous fight.
Nah, absolutely.
Yep.
I agree.
think it's gonna be a
Out there
damn good
working on
fight.
his feet.
I can't
Mm-hmm.
think it's gonna be a damn good fight. Uh, May the best man win. Deb, key to boxing just key to victory is just be the tactician that you are. And Brian just be
Mm-hmm.
the guy that he is. You got a tactician versus a head knocker. So we're gonna see how that plays out. And those two matchups, those styles is always interesting to watch when you got a thinker against a tanker. And I like that.
I like that.
Sometimes, you know, yeah, you got a thinker against a tanker, man. And sometimes the tanker win, a lot of times them tankers win. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a good fight, man. I think this is a good matchup, something that nobody should be crying about. Finally, there's a fight that I ain't bitching about. This is something that we want to see. Give me more fights that make fucking sense, no matter if we calling for it or not, and we'll be happy. That's all I want. I don't care about anything else. All those other things is not important to me. I'm not getting any money. I'm with their bills. They ain't gonna hang out with me. They ain't gonna bring me to their trophy case. None of that shit. Built the ass. I'll be right about my predictions. I'll be right about my bets, and I got what I want. That's all I asked for. That's all I want. I want nothing else, man. That's all I asked for. They ain't much to ask for, man.
So
Maybe one
just you
spite.
said something. Oh my bad. Go ahead, Crush. My bad.
No, he good. He good.
I was just gonna say, like, I was remember having a conversation also with Ant, and I was telling him, man, like, it was a fighter who was like a very good fighter coming up, and then he lost badly, like he got knocked out or something like that. And then he went to this other fighter, father was training him, and he was coming up, and he was asking him, like, yo, how do you get yourself ready, because I'm having trouble getting back on track. And they was training, and then the father looked at him after like training him and said, son, I'm gonna tell you right now, you got everything you would ask for in the fight. Like, you got skills, you got speed, you got power, you got everything, your ability to move around in the ring, set up fights, you got it all. He said the only thing that you've lost confidence is your ability to take a punch. He said, man, you just got to get hit one good time, and then you can and feel that you could take it. And I said, once you get that out your way, because I mean, he was going to sparring, man, just getting cleaned up because he was scared to get hit. He said, once you get that out the way, man, you'll be all right. And I think, honestly, man, what Dev not realizing, because I know a lot of memes came out, and unfortunately, that's what's really resonating with him, is the look that was in the ring with Ryan. There was some unfavorable positions and shots of him in the ring, but he got up every single time, and he gotta trust his ability to. Hey, like, I took his best shot,
Exactly.
and I was able to get up every single time.
And he
If we
had
look at the
history.
fact, yeah, and if we look at the fact that without those knockdowns, he wins the fight because he was controlling the fight for most of the fight.
Absolutely.
He got to, just like you said, he got to just trust his ability to get hit and take the punch. Now, it's going to be tough because this Mickey Fricky that's in the ring is known for hitting people lately and getting them the fudge out of there, hitting them with the neuralizer. Hit a couple of dudes with the neuralizer, erase their memory for a little bit. So, but he can do it. He just got to trust his ability. So, like I was telling a lot of folks, man, if the Ryan that's in the shape that he was against Regis, with the mindset he had against freaking Moran, get in that ring, man, we gonna have a hell of a fight. It's just gonna be a hell of a fight.
BBO said he backstage. Yeah, man. It's a fun fight for sure, man. I can't. That whole card is good. I mean, I just seen Senior over there on the boxing voice a second ago talking about this. You know what I mean? But we anticipated, man. Dad doing it the right way. You chasing and pursuing smoke with some dangerous guys, man. So I could respect it, win, lose, or draw. But I just want to see him be more of himself. Because without that, bro, that occasional jab and excessive movement, I think Brian Norman got the feet and the athleticism to catch up to you. And who's making a point, man, about how he fights very off rhythm. Like he don't have a typical rhythm. Like he do shit that you don't expect him to do. He throw punches when you don't expect him to throw them. Like look how he set up. Like people just think he just outlanded a big shot against Sensaki. Nah, look at the work leading up to that, and look where dude was going to attempt to block the punch that he thought was coming. He legit set this man up and cleaned him up. 6 weeks of memory out of him. That's I don't care what you say. You fight that dude. If you're the guy, the opponent fighting him in his next fight, that at least got to come across your mind. I don't care what you say. You can try to deny, bro. That man didn't remember nothing. Signing a fight, making a fight, all types of shit. 6 weeks is ridiculous. That's some movie shit. You know, and I said it on my channel. You know how your mom would say I'll knock you in the middle of next week? Knock this man like backwards a month and a half, yo. Like, bro, like our period. The last month and a half was blank to this dude is ridiculous. So
And then just said he
you
hit
up
him back in
against
the
that,
future.
right? And you jabbing people, he dropping people with jabs, jabbing them across the ring, like. So he got a good jab on him too. He's naturally heavy-handed. Like he could punch hard and he don't load up. This is the thing with Norman. He don't gotta load up. So this fight gonna be interesting. But I don't know about this whole boxing and staying away from 12 rounds. That's not gonna be easy, man. That is not gonna be easy. Not while taking chances. I'm telling you, the dude got speed too. That's the thing. You were in there with a real athlete. That shit changed. Not somebody that's just experienced. Like this dude coming off his best performances too.
But
Yeah.
Devin's the
No.
bigger man too. That's gonna help him. Devin's the bigger man, and really, you know
Taller.
what? And I always bring this up. This guy to me was one of the dirtiest fighters of all time, but he was smart. I think Devin should pattern himself more after Andre Ward. Watch what SOG would do, and how he always was
He
outthinking people, always setting
respectfully.
traps.
He don't have the physicality or inside game to do what Ward was doing. I respected that. He's not crafty in the inside that way. For him to even remotely come close to that, he would have to really develop a hell of an inside game. And
Yeah,
his
that's a good
style is
point too.
already naturally tailored to box and be sharp doing that. I mean, truth be told, just got to be him. If he's
Yeah,
100% Devin Haney, that's enough of an issue for people. I'm here to say it. They act like that shit just was, he's some easy guy to beat. No, he not. Ryan was fortunate enough because they knew each other and it was familiar. Like, ain't saying Devin beats everybody, but him fighting like himself, 100% will give people a challenge. You ain't gonna just run in there and just beat his ass because he understand the game. Been doing this shit since he was a kid. He know what he doing in there. It's just people don't. They get caught up in preference and I don't like his style. But never mind that. Is it effective? Is he good at doing it? Yes. You get me? Like it's crazy. Ryan is the only one that was able to time the jab. But since then they act like, oh, I thought that was the best jab in boxing. He still has a very good jab, bro. He do. When he using it, he do. One fight don't change that. So if he's 100% Devin the Dream Haney, that's gonna be a great fight. Can't stress it enough.
Nah, absolutely.
as a canvas, people don't realize this. Physically, Ryan has every gift God could give a fighter for his weight class. He got the height, he got the power. Only thing he missing, he just ain't got a brain. Because he got so much money early. He's suffering from Adrian Broner syndrome, where he not focused on boxing. Remember, he took that time off. Was that in 2020? That really set him back compared to his counterparts. They all got better during that time he was messing up. And I think when you look at Ryan, I think people don't realize the more physically gifted guy usually be the one who don't always, work the hardest. You know what I mean? And I think when it comes to Devin, I think Devin is probably the least talented out of all them guys. Shakur is an absolute boxing genius. Tank punching niggas out their shoes. Ryan got everything that you could need physically. But Devin really got to use his brain and figure out how to beat these guys. And he been doing it too, man. That's the key about it. He was doing it too. Even when Loma was backing him up, he could have easily been like, you know what, man, let me try a different way. No, he did that body work. something we hadn't really seen, and that won him the fight. And I'm telling you, stuff like that is what's gonna win him this fight. Because I get what you're saying about Norman Jr. I just say this: when it comes to Top Rank, I gotta see them guys getting something first before I can believe they good because of how good they match make. That's all it is. How good they had us thinking Chris Colbert was some type of monster. You know what I mean? Top Rank know what they doing, bro. They know what they doing when it comes to building fighters, man. All their young fighters look great in them showcases. Shakur used to look great in them show. Man, y'all see where he was beating up Yoshi from Mario? Man, he was beating the hell out that dude. I haven't really seen him do that since. You see what I'm saying? So
I thought he did Artem like that. I thought he thoroughly beat Artem. Artem looked like he was happy to be there. He was getting his tail beat on though the whole fight.
never seen nobody make them fight. Hey, Shakur make them fights look so easy. That's the one thing I've never really seen that before. Like from these newer guys, he be in there with dudes, and then they be just looking easy when he fight him. Like somebody got to headbutt him or something, bro. Because like he'll really make it. He'll have a clean fight on you. Even that Willie Zepeda fight was pretty clean, bro. That was pretty
It
clean.
was. It was. It was. It was a good fight though.
How does
Is
he
that
do
your
that? I
real?
don't know how he do that, bro. I don't know how he do that, man. That's
He's
why
just
it's
a
great.
he's
I never
he's just
seen
a
that, bro.
oh yeah, he's a very good judge of distance and timing. So once he can get the gauge the distance and get your timing, he understands when to shoot his shots and what shots to shoot. Is that your real up in here though?
What's good with y'all?
What's up with you, Ja?
What's up? I wanted to get a take on the Devin and Norman like situation. I feel like Norman get too much credit. Like he good, but I feel like because he fighting Devin, it's like he just getting too much credit for what he done so far, as if he could do that with Devin. I don't feel like I seen him face nobody with the similar skill set as Devin. And I feel like Devin, pretty much most of the people have to fight the way that basically they saying Brian Norman got to fight versus him to get the win. And then like not being able to box for 12 rounds, I feel like if anybody could do it, Devin can do it. Certain fighters like if we saying Shakur versus Tank, then we like Shakur gonna outbox Tank for 12 rounds. We not even worried about Shakur getting hit. Or like somebody like Oshaki Foster, I feel like he a fighter that's capable of doing that. And I feel like Devin at his best, he could outbox somebody like moving around for 12 rounds. I feel like he could do that with somebody like Brian Norman. And then I give him credit where he probably, of course, he affected by his fight with Ryan. But like it might have been a business move to fight Ramirez the way that he fought Ramirez. It might have been more about that than being scared to get hit. Because I seen other fighters that I believe did that. Like when Boots fought certain fighters and he was getting hit more, I feel like that was a business move so he could get fights. Because it's harder for him to get fights. And then, like, if Devin working on something with a coach for that Ramirez fight, that might be something he need to implement in a fight after that. And then he is gonna need to work on his moving around skills. So I'm like maybe he just saving that and showing them one thing so they could expect one thing before the fight. With the business moves that Devin and his father made, I give him credit for being able to think that far ahead. Like, oh, this is what we gonna do on the Ramirez fight, just to give him that look. But really, be preparing for this fight after that. Cause remember, he was preparing for the Ryan fight already. He was overlooking Ramirez pretty much. And so I'm like, maybe that's why he fought the way he fought, so he could show him something that'll get him comfortable in his next fight, but not too much to show him a game plan for winning. And I just feel like Brian Norman is not really known for the type of pressure that even Ramirez put on Devin in the last fight. And I feel like it could look like he might could go in there and just be pop shotting Norman to death the whole fight. Cause I feel like Norman pace, he got awkward pace, but that's who he up against though. Like Devin could make that type of style look crazy and expose it. Just pop shotting him, dancing around, moving. I feel like that's him at his best. And if he got to stand his ground, just get off a combination real quick and go back to moving again. I feel like he got them type of reflexes and he got the footwork to do that. And even with Ryan, when he fought Ryan, like when he got dropped, after he got dropped, he was standing his ground a lot more and just countering Ryan. And Ryan kind of looked like he didn't know what to do after that. Um, and I just feel like we give credit to other fighters that they would be able to do it against more elite fighters. Like we already giving credit to Shakur that he'd basically be able to beat Tank by just not getting hit for 12 rounds and being able to land shots. Like who's to say Devin couldn't do that versus Brian Norman?
Yeah, no, that's an interesting take, bro. I mean, I never looked at it that way. But it could have been the course all along. Make it look like he a broken fighter. Make it look like he ain't got confidence in himself, so that you would think that he's not going to be that much of an opposition or much of a factor in the fight. I think that Brian Norman though is not falling for the okie doke. I think the one thing that I like most about Norman Jr. is the fact that he's shown extreme composure. I mean, there's been some stuff hurled back and forth in this camp, whether it be audible, inaudible, action, or whatever it may be, that has would have most young fighters rattled, but he's been calm, cool, and collective. I think this is going to be a really good fight. I think that Devin's going to come in the best shape of his life. I think he's going to be training for the fact that he's got a tough opponent there, and he's going to try to do what he does to neutralize his best strengths. And I think that Norman likewise are going to try to counter off of the things that Devin do. It's gonna play out to be a good fight. I like the fight, I really do, and I think this is a fight unlike the fights that he's been fighting, and I think that this is a true chase. I think that the Loma fight was a true test, and in that fight, he saw that he could go through adversity and overcome. I mean, hell, if he looked at the fight honestly, never mind the speculation on cheating and things like that, just him getting in an unfavorable position, but still getting up and battling on, he should know that he's got the fortitude to fight and push through even when it's difficult. So all he got to do is bank on those things and just trust in himself and his ability, and then just clean up some of the stuff that he has predilections to, like dipping to the right, and when he shoots his jab, leaving his thing. He cleans that stuff up. It's gonna be tough to deal with. And I mean, I like I say, man, I want the best for both these brothers. I think it's a good fight. I think this is a fight that if it goes a certain way, it can have replay value. It could almost have a
Yeah,
rematch. So I hope that we get a very good fight. I wish the best for Devin, and I wish the best for Norman. And I think that they get to have a chance where they get a stage to put on the very best of each other against one another, so they can see who truly has the best ability to adjust to the others' abilities, and who will come out. But I like the fight, man.
yeah, I
You
agree.
know what I
Like,
you know what I say
my
about the
bad.
fight though, that people don't that people not paying attention to is usually when the two blacks fight, we find out who really got what. Because for some reason it seemed like it takes so long for the quote unquote two best blacks to fight. So this is cool that we getting to see Devin and Norman rumble right away. We ain't gotta wait like we did with Bud and Arrow. You know what I mean? I like when we get fights like this because no matter what, if you look at it, the whole you fought a Mexican style and all that, man, everybody does that, man. The fights I be looking for is when you see the black fighter, the good black fighter versus other good black fighter, and that's when you find out who's the best in the division most of the time. From what I've seen, like we didn't get it with Anthony Joshua and Wilder.
Oh,
You see,
wow,
they
they
made the
did.
Fury Usyk fight right away. They made that fight right away. They didn't fought twice already, but the fight for a third time. So it to me, I think I really like this fight. And anybody saying something negative about this fight or the Cool Boy Saki fight, you smoking crack, man, because this is what we need to see, man. More of these young black greats fight each other. Forget everybody in the middle. Those are all fillers, man. We want to see the two black dudes get it on. Because I'm telling you, if you don't know this, Oshaki versus Scooter could be the fight of the year.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree.
Or Yard versus the Mexican Pussycat. That's gonna be a great fight. Because we seen with Vosnick that the Mexican Pussycat got another level he can go to. We know Canelo will hurt him. We know Canelo will hurt him, but he got another level because Vosnick was right there and said, "Hey, Mexican Pussycat, I'm right here for you. I'm right here for you." And he was
Tommy
right
from
there
the
for him.
Bronx.
And
You
that's the thing
wildin', bro.
about the Mexican Pussycat. People don't realize this, man. People don't realize that Vosnick showed you the Mexican Pussycat. That's a real nigga right there. You can't do what you want to him. You just can't. And we're gonna see that with him and Yard, two good black fighters. You know, because unlike Tommy from the Bronx, the Mexican Pussycat is a black Mexican. You know, Tommy from the Bronx thinks he's white. He's a white Puerto Rican, like De La Hoya and Ryan.
Yeah, that fight ain't getting enough hype over that fight. That's a good fight. That's a good
He
matchup.
gonna fuck Yard up, and he gonna fuck Yard up
I
too, man.
know. You
He
know
gonna
what?
fuck Yard up so bad. They gonna actually think the Mexican Pussycat can beat Canelo. They actually gonna think that.
I think that fight's going to be competitive as hell earlier on, but I think he's going to fatigue, and then that's when you're going to see Benavidez start to take hold of that fight. But I think it's going to be initially a very good fight. I think it's going to be a very good fight, but then I just for some odd reason Yard be in fights and sometimes even commanding a fight, and then it just go bad, and once it go bad, it go real bad. So hey, I don't know about you calling my man a Mexican pussycat, but hey, Benavidez. What I will say is that dude is very savvy. Like he's got extreme amount of like nuance to his game, and I think that's what people don't account for him. They look at his movements and they look at his herky jerky kind of style and think that he's not doing things intuitive in that ring. He's very intuitive in that ring, so. It's gonna be a nice fight. As far as that damn Oshaki Cool Boy fight, I think that fight is definitely gonna live up to the bill. And I think that
chess match. That's a chess match, bro.
and
Guess what? Oshaki about to get fucked up, but it's gonna be a nice way to watch him get fucked up. I'm telling you, it's nice. Oshaki about to get fucked up. I'm telling
Cool
you,
Boy,
man.
he hard to bet against Cool Boy though, for sure. Like he
I
gonna
think
be
Cool
in
Boy in his
shape.
right mind is a dangerous fighter.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
Philly and people calling Philly Duckadolphia right now. He's the only live duck that we got.
Tommy, we know you ain't never said that, bro. We know your boy
Snap.
BDO is in rare
You
form
said
right now.
Duckadolphia.
Shout out to Duckadolphia, man. Home of the scariest niggas in boxing.
Oh man, they ain't going
See,
like
I
that
miss real Philly fighters like Mildred Taylor, Bernard Hopkins, even scary ass Danny Garcia with his scary ass leaving 140 when Bud was coming.
Oh, your boy Tommy said he got fostered by stoppage. Wow.
Hey,
Foster Poster had the
of course you'll
advantage
go
though.
against the brother. Of course you'll go against the brother.
Foster should have the advantage in this fight though, but Schoolboy, I never seen him fade in a fight.
Never.
And
I
I
think.
seen him go through some wars too.
Oh, for
Come
sure.
out on
And,
top.
and he learned from each and every single war he went through, trust and belief. And I'm like I say, I reserve judgment on the damn Inoue fight because I know there's some A side things that go down over there in Japan that he
Man,
probably
in a
doesn't.
way, Mr. Bandwagon himself, man, fuck in a way, man.
Okay,
I hate
but
that.
besides all that, I think my man battle tested, and I think that he is even better now because he has a corner that he can trust and believe in. I think, like I said that one time when I was on your panel, bro, like I think the turning point for him, Bozianis, I think that when he was fighting my man Castro and Castro was giving him the business, he said, son, you're fighting the fight that you used to. You're not listening to what I'm telling you. If you listen to what I tell you, you'll see how easy this fight will be for you, man. He's like, you're fighting the fight. That's his fight. He said, it's time for you to fight the fight that we prepared for. And
Yeah.
once he started listening to him, man, that fight, he just took off in that fight. And ever since then, man, he just been putting solid performance upon solid performance. And whenever it's a tough fight, I always look at the corner work. Who you got in your corner and what they know.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, man? I hate to see Bozy Ennis being wasted with this with Duckadolphia, man. There's so many fighters he could be helping, man, because he is a really, really good trainer. Like he actually has maximized Cool Boy where we seeing wrinkles we didn't see before. I don't know what Boots Ennis is doing, because I know he like to fight, fat niggas like Sergey Lipinets and niggas that's half dead. I know he like to do that, but I hate that he wasting his training because I think he got one of the best trainers in boxing, man. The sad thing is we'll
Yeah.
never see
Bozy
it.
look like one of
We'll
them
never see it.
ones.
He do, but guess what? We won't know because he in Duckadolphia and they don't fight people in Duckadolphia, man. That's just been what they've been doing, man. It's like, think about it. Remember when Danny Garcia had a chance? They said, you gonna fight Boots? No. Why? Go in there and fight him. But then again, that's what they do in Duckadolphia. I'm telling you, man, we'll never see another great fighter from Philadelphia. I guarantee you that.
It would have been
We won't
cool if
see.
Danny would have fought Boots like instead of fighting Laura or somebody like
Yeah.
that. That would have been a nice thing for Philly because just it would have just brought traction to Boots. Maybe get him some fights he wasn't able to get. Um,
Now,
and then
now he don't want them. Now he don't want no fights. So that who has he turned down? He turned Tio's racist ass down. He turned Devin down. I mean, at this point, man, I honestly
um,
can say. And then he fight the dude from Max's Cheesesteak, the dude that used to work the grill. He fighting him next. So it's like, come on, bro. What are y'all
I
doing,
mean,
man?
T.O. and Devin is disrespectful opponents for Boots' career to me. Like they gotta do
They more
some work
accomplished than him.
at
They more
lower
accomplished
weight
than him.
classes that he never even fought at though.
Yeah, I hear you saying they're more accomplished, but like I say, man, honestly, that don't put you in the Hall of Fame. Impact puts you in the Hall of Fame. And accomplishments are good for like, to reflect back on your career, to say, hey, I got some shiny things that say, hey, I was somebody in the sport. But when you know you're somebody in the sport, and in spite of whatever you go through or whoever you faced, that's a whole different ball game. And I agree with my man Ja. I don't believe fighting them do anything for his career. It does everything for their career because they're going up and fighting
Not
somebody
true,
that
man. You didn't see Floyd fight Juan Markel, whatever dude from 140. He dragged up to 47. Stop
Marquez.
this, man. Yeah,
That's
when
a
he
Yeah,
brought
whole
up
you talking
different
about
Marquez
the
his
time
same
ass.
frame.
Marquez that slept Pacquiao?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game, though. He slept Pacquiao, somebody who they said that Mayweather needed to fight. So
That's
he
a
wanted
whole
to show you
different era though too.
it is a whole different era, man.
And
I hear
Floyd,
what you're
See, you
Floyd,
saying, though,
see, you
BBL.
he a
see
I
how
hear what
you
small
you're
see how
saying.
Slick Ja trying to
stature.
be. That's why I like being on panels with Slick talking niggas like Ja because he don't want to keep it real. Oh, now it's a whole different era. Boxing ain't
That
never
is a whole
changed, man.
different
Stop this.
era.
Stop
Some of these
stop that,
guys,
man.
they don't respect the fighters the same way that fighters was respected in that era when Floyd fought Marquez. They be talking too much trash about fighters now to even have respect for a fight like that.
And they was calling Floyd monkey. What are you talking about? You see how
But
you
the
see how these
fighters was
niggas
still
get up here
respected though.
and try to spin a narrative. You might as well. I'm telling you this, bro. You should get a job in boxing, man, because the way you spinning narratives, dog, is legendary. It's legendary to see you do this. It's disgusting
Ah
what you're doing.
man, nah man.
It's disgusting, bro, that you're doing this. You coming
Yeah,
up
they said
here
they need to
with
have
the
you on the
platform.
panel, dog, broadcasting the fights, dog. He said you over here getting your Tim Bradley, your Desert Storm on, dog.
I
I
think
thought I
y'all
was talking to
should
Tim Bradley, man.
do
Shout
some
out to
boxing
Job, man.
channels like that. Like instead of one person narrating, y'all should have like two people like commentators doing it. 'Cause I don't see people doing that as much, like as effective as I see like one person at a time doing it. Some of y'all should band together and really have a channel. I just enjoy like being on here and but I don't want to do a boxing channel. I like to do. I'm passionate about some other stuff, but I just love boxing though. I always loved boxing since I was a kid. But I wanted to speak on this fight with Devin Haney and Norman. Like I ain't off of that fight yet. I feel like I'm rooting for Devin in this fight, which I usually don't do because I'm really with Tank. Like that's my favorite fighter out of everybody right now, and just the stuff between them, it had me annoyed by Devin and them. But like I like Devin too. But in this fight, I feel like he the underdog, and we really just basing stuff off of times we seen him get clipped. Like he got
I
clipped
like
with
Scooter Davis,
Linares.
man. I like Scooter Davis. That's what I like.
I like him, but he's still young though. Like I heard somebody say they want to see him versus like Abdullah or something. Like nah, like I don't think he got the experience yet to
See, you
fight
see, and you
somebody
know
like
what's funny?
that.
You know what's funny? Now it comes out. Now I see what you do, John. You a politician. I say put their ass in there. You talking about let the fight marinate. That's fucked up that you do that, man. I like how y'all
Nah,
do that.
So
Really,
if that's
y'all
I
the
killing
want to
the
case,
see
though,
sport.
Carmel
BBO.
and Abdullah fight right now though.
They
Like
killing the,
like
they killing the
Scooter
sport
got
with
like
this.
5 fights, right? Five,
So
six
what?
Hey,
fights.
so
Spinks
That's
had
then
disrespectful
Spinks
to
had
his
8 fights and beat
career.
Muhammad
so
Ali.
so
Spinks
then
had
since
eight
Like they
fights.
trying to
hey
fast track him.
BBO.
I ain't gonna count him out, but
Hey, BBO, then that means we should get that Vargas versus Mason fight then, since they not too young and they need to
Oh,
get in there
we
right.
stopped it. We Mason and Emiliano don't need to fight.
they should be able. Everybody should be able to fight. How many fights Emiliano got?
They about the same amount of fights. No, I
About
think
15,
Mason got
16.
more. I think Mason got a little bit more.
No,
No matter
Scooter.
how I go,
He
I just
just
don't want.
basically still like close to his first fight, pro debut type. Like that's how he looked to
No,
me.
no. He ready. He
He
ready.
ain't had Abdullah been
Throw some
taking
grease
all
on.
the
Throw
challenges
some
that
grease
he
on this
just
nigga, man, and put him out there. That's what I say.
But see, if you fight them now, you
he
can build up
probably
the
ready.
intrigue for the rematch. I like the fights, bro. But I like to see all of them get in the ring. So
Y'all
Yeah.
dudes is dangerous, man. Y'all dudes is
nah,
dangerous, man.
I'm just saying, like, bro, like
Y'all
that's
be
how you
protecting
build the
niggas.
sport, though. You build the sport because you give them matches that they wanna invest in. Case in point, bro. And I always say this: who ain't giving us the fights we don't want to see? Off the top of your head, if you had to
I
point to
feel
one
like
fighter,
I ain't gonna lie, like I feel like Shakur. Like I like Shakur a lot. It probably seemed like I don't mess with him like that, but like as a fighter, I like Shakur. He one of my top people. But like I feel like he low key be ducking more than anybody. Like he played the business so hard, like it seemed like he not ducking fights that he is. He might not even be scared. He might just be trying to get the most advantage out of every fight that he could get. Like to me, it looked like he could have fought some fighters we wanted to see, and he just chose not to.
by and large, most people say Tank is not giving us the fights that we want to see. They say that
No,
they
they
want
don't.
to.
No, they
I
don't.
feel
Stop.
like that's
Stop.
privilege though. That's privilege because Tank, the biggest superstar out of all of them.
Exactly. And because he is a superstar, they really want to see if he's really that guy.
But
Right.
let's be
So,
real,
so,
like
so
he
okay.
giving us the fights out of everybody who fight. I bet you if they didn't miss nobody fights out of any of them, they didn't miss Tank fights. So in reality, he giving us the fights we want to see compared to
No,
everybody
no,
else.
no, Ja. There you go. There you go again with this propaganda, Ja. I didn't know you was a propaganda artist. I say you like this. Only reason people want to see Tank fights is because he knocking niggas out. He grabbing dudes from the grave and knocking them out, or he grabbing a prospect like Frank Martin and knocking him out. It's just that simple, bro. And
Hey,
Tank
He
is
Martin
ready.
got
mostly
over
fought
30 something
undefeated
fights. How
fighters.
he a prospect, dog? He a contender.
You heard
He
Tank, who don't lie, say if he would have waited, it would have been a better fight. You heard Tank say
Well,
that.
well, well,
Stop.
well, I won't say that he don't lie because he definitely said, Shakur ain't done nothing, but he also said Shakur was in his top five pound for pound. So I think Tank usually stays truer to his word than most of his people that he's matched up against. But
See,
at the
there
same
you
time,
go, tap dancing like Savon. I like how y'all do. I like how y'all Tank Davis fans do this, man.
Bro,
Y'all
I'm a
tap
boxing
in.
I
fan.
think when he say Shakur ain't done nothing, it's in perspective of who Shakur is. Like most of Shakur, off of his career, his popularity come from the stuff that he talking about. Not even none of his fights. That's
Nah,
where
I
most
think
of his popularity coming from to me.
I think it's more so based off the fact that he thought that they was cool, and he helped him out with some decisions in boxing, and it started to be like he could catch him in formats where he was talking about like he know better to get in the ring with me, and he know not to fight me off no short notice and things like that. I think that he took that a little personal, but I think he knows that Shakur is legit. He said it before. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I know
like
he
if
knows.
he respect Jake Paul as a fighter, I'm sure he respects Shakur. But I'm
Okay, so
just
there we
saying,
go.
like, I'm just
He don't
saying,
respect Jake Paul, man. He respect
I'm
Jake Paul's money.
Cleveland
That's
is
what
the
people
city
get
where we come
confused.
so run, run.
I'm just saying, like, as Shakur, since he was an amateur, based off of what he did in the ring as a pro, he didn't get no more popular than he was as an amateur. All his popularity come off of the talking that he do about other fighters.
Well, that's the problem with boxing in general.
So to
Most of
me,
it is
that's
that
not
way.
doing nothing.
But that's the
Tank
problem.
popularity come purely off of everything he did in the ring as a pro.
You don't think that being around Mayweather has helped that popularity as well too?
That helped a lot, but if he wouldn't have performed in the ring, it would have went the other way. They'd have been like, "What is this guy Mayweather talking about? He ass or he trash." But cause he actually put on, like, let's be real, people don't give Riley his credit, but the way that Tank slept Riley, that was a surprise when people watching the fight. They like Tank the smaller guy, Riley putting pressure on him. Riley looking like he got something, like he could do something. On the back foot, Tank sleep him. Where it looked like he just trying to get out of harm's way. He wind up sleeping him. Like that was a huge performance. That's
Yeah.
something
And
that the
I gotta
people
get out
didn't
of here.
expect.
I gotta get
Oh,
out of
it's
here.
time to
But
shut
hey,
it
Joe,
down.
I need Joe Cap and ass on my show, bro. I like how you get on here and you lie to the people. I need you on the show, bro.
You a
Hey,
good
hey, hey,
salesman. You a
hey, hey,
good
hey.
I'll put
Oh,
my
salesman.
number
you know he
in the
is, Jai.
private chat.
That
Hey,
was a
hey, hey,
good sales
BBO,
pitch right
BBO.
there. I had to do it just off of
Jazz
that.
is related to royalty, dog. That's your boy's nephew, dog. That
Who's
boy,
boy?
Coach
He
Calvin,
talking about
he Coach
royalty.
Calvin Ford, he
See,
Coach Calvin Ford nephew.
see
Oh yeah,
him.
see,
He'll put you to sleep before he gets you for real. Get you comfortable, have you
all I say is
sleeping.
that hey, John, I'll put my number in the private chat. Hit me up because I need dudes that can get up there and lie with their back straight like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
No
All
doubt.
right, then, fellas. Great show, man. Appreciate the
All right.
people in the
Peace.
chat, too. Shout out
All
my
right.
man
Peace
Tommy
and
from the
blessings.
Bronx.
Hey, and Tommy from the Bronx called me a coon. I want you guys to know that he said that. I think that was crazy.